Yep, we are live.
All right. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to DCL PrimeTime. We're happy to have all of you back after the long weekend. I have Satish Gaba, who's our game analyst, along with us, and then Satya, who is the technical analyst with us. The host, Parthiv. Gaba, I do not know if you realize this, but this was a very, very difficult week for Parthiv. He has been going through a lot of sorrow and a lot of pain and a lot of heartache. I mean, first his beloved strikers lost despite having Vraj Patel in their lineup, and then his Mumbai Indians lost, and then the guy is he was hoping to stand alone on the mountain with 5 championships, and the next thing you know, Chennai Super Kings won the championship. And we have so many cups out here, Gaba, that we have a shortage of cup cleaners. And so my friend Hariharan Dhanasekaran found out there were too many cup cleaners lying around who were Mumbai Indian supporters. So the last I heard, our friend Partha was busy doing a lot of cup cleaning, and that's why he's getting delayed. He's trying to get back on the show as quickly as possible, but let's just understand that it is cup cleaning time, and he's still not done with all the cleaning of the cups. So hopefully he'll join us shortly. Good to see KK here. That's a pleasant surprise. I did not expect to see him. I thought this was his week off, but without
That's next week, Viju.
oh, it's next week your office. Oh, next week even next week. No, actually the following week I'm off. But anyways. All right. So anyway, welcome to the show, and let's get started. I think the first game we are going to analyze is going to be Satya. Do you have some games which you had to analyze, or you are leaving it to us?
We'll just
okay. All right. So let's start with the bottom. We'll go with FCC versus Stingers. Either KK or Gaba has it.
Yeah, I will take it up. So hello everyone.
Okay.
I think it was very exciting weekend where Chennai fans were on the ninth cloud that you can directly see from Viju's statement. So I think whoever was supporting Chennai, I think overall it was a really good game on the IPL. Last ball victory was very exciting. So I hope everybody had that good weekend along with Chennai win. So let's start with the first game, FCC versus Stingers, where as expected, this game was a one-sided, I would say, where FCC won the toss and elected to bat first, and they have got a very good total of 122 under the light. It was a weekdays game where they have played under the light, so I think 122 was very good total. And if you go by the scorecard, Chetan, Satish, and Teju, and I would say Vinay Goda, they all played really good inning out there. But Teju Kumar was a highlight where he played 33 runs with 42, and he was not out too. And I would say from the bowling side, Stinger, if you see all the bowlers are very expensive over 5 economy. That is where they were again 22. 122 is what they have got. Everybody was very expensive, I would say, around 5 or above 5. That is pretty much from the FCC side. I think Teju was in a good form in this particular game. Even he started with the bowling as well. He picked up with 1 wicket, just giving 13 run in 7 run in just 3 over, and I think he was my pick of a bowler. Pick of my match probably. He has not been awarded the man of the match. I'm not sure why, but Karthik has been awarded. But Karthik picked up 3 wickets in this particular game. While chasing 122, Stinger had again did not had a good start. They have first 3-4 wickets fall down very quickly. Other than Ketan Joshi, nobody was in the double digit, and extra was 14. So I think overall very good performance on the FCC side. On the completely dominated this game from all the front. I would say Karthik picked up the 3 wickets and has been awarded a man of the match. I think it might be a random selection if it has not been selected properly. But for me, a man of the match should be a Teju Kumar on this particular game. 33 run and then 1 wicket picked up.
Yeah, I think Satish, in most of the cases, right, captains want to please some of their players. Okay,
yeah, so that brings up that becomes a bigger question, right? I mean, are we in the business of pleasing people, or are we going based on merit? because if it is based on merit, as Gabaji pointed out, there can be nobody other than Teju Kumar Srinivas. I mean, clearly the best player on the field on that particular day. And, I mean, you got to give him credit. He has been playing in this league for a long time. He has been a consistently good performer. He can stand at the wicket. He can score runs. And his off spin, when it is working, it is a treat to watch and very, very difficult customer to play also. So it looks like on this particular day, he had everything working. So
another scenario about this man of the match, because Stinger might be doing the scoring right for the second inning. So when they try to close the game, they might have just picked up whoever is Cricket Club is showing on the top. But as a captain, I think winning captain should always take that responsibility to change it and give it to the person who had more impact. Just not go by the Cricket Club. That is what my suggestion to all the captains. But again, it's up to them how they want to select, because we do not have any formal rule to go ahead with the man of the match. So it is
correct. But we have had captains, winning captains, send us a note saying that, hey, the man of the match is incorrectly selected. Can you please change it to so and so? For example, in the case of Abhishek Sumkari, right?
Yeah.
Srikanth did send out a note asking to change the man of the match on that game. And also we've had Parthiv on this show openly say that one of his teammates is a new guy and they wanted to encourage him and then they gave him the man of the match.
Yeah, right.
Well, that's then you're sending a wrong message, right, KK? Because when you're in the committee and you're saying, well, this guy is good, but the guy who really deserved it, he can afford to take a back seat so that we can.
But remember, Parthiv is not the captain of the team anymore.
I agree.
It's Kishore.
I agree.
And Kishore did not give himself the man of the match. He gave it to someone else.
Yeah. So that's where I think maybe the committee should take over handing out the man of the match and saying that, each game we are going to, if we are not liking it, we are changing it.
No, I think it is something committee should not step in. Umpire should take care of it, because they are the best judge on the ground.
Yeah, but the umpire doesn't have the overriding what is that, admin rights or something to the website, right? So
I think what we can propose in the future, that when the game is being end, right, they should get a consent from the umpire who should be a man of the match.
Yeah, well, that might be okay, but most umpires are ready to leave as quickly as possible as soon as the game is done, So
yeah, that's.
But anyway, congrats to Teju. I mean, I think that was an exceptional performance. So let's move on. Yeah, the big game, the showcase game of the week, Stars versus Legends. So who has this game? Gaba, you have the game, or KK has the game?
I can go if KK wants. KK, if you want to go, or I go.
I think he's lost his connection, because I see his V circulating. I don't see his face also.
Okay,
so
that's okay. I can go ahead.
Okay.
This is, I think, one of the games that I was looking for. It got rained out and then has been rescheduled to weekdays. And when we were having this show, I was following this game. Last Wednesday, this game was being conducted when we were having the live show. Still, I was following offline. So, this was the game where SSC, Legend has won the toss and elected to bat first. They did not had a very great start, where they have Prasant and Ravi Teja got out in this. Both got ducked. Ravi Teja was in a good form, but I think in this particular match he did not click. So it was a setback to start with when they started with 2 for 1 in second over. And after that, I think the other Ravi Teja and Harish had a good partnership of around 30-40 odd runs, where they have stabilized the inning for the first 12 overs, where they were just 3 wickets down and they were about 30 plus run in break time of the first inning. And from there, when the Ravi Teja and Harish got out, I think again they did not get a good support from Guru, Murli and Hemant. Only Srikanth is one who actually accelerated little bit inning along with the Chaitanya, and they were able to manage 77 runs with the 15 extras. I was actually, when the break was happening, I was actually expecting Legends to score around 90 runs, but I think they were short of about 10-12 runs to start with. Again, Star is very good bowling, but again, always I see that 15 extras are a little bit too much for a good bowling side. And if you go by the Stars bowling side, I think Deepak Giriyappa had picked up the 2 wickets, and Arun Lav Kumar was the 4 wicket. I think Arun had a fantastic day out there. He was the one who scored second part of the second part of the inning, where he managed along with Shan. So when they started 77 run, I think Dishan started really good while chasing along with the Sham, where they have got 20 odd run partnership. But when the partnership is broken, Ravi Teja again got out. Srikanth got him cheap. So that was the wicket that Legend might be looking for. When they were trying to defend 77 run, and they got him out along with the Hemant again. But after that, Lav Kumar, Arun, and Shan, they had a fantastic outing, and then they completed the game, with no time. I think they were very comfortable. When I was following, they were very comfortable while scoring, and hardly anybody has challenged them. And I think Arun is solving Stars middle order problem that we have seen last year, right? I think Arun is now giving that stability where he can stay and score run, single double, where he can actually score on 50-70 strike rate comfortably, and Star has a bowling backup where they can manage to get somebody out on 80-90 run, and they should be Arun should be able to do the job. Another thing that surprised me from the Legend side, bowling, the way they executed the bowling. When I was following, when I saw that the Chaitanya, actually, if you see this scorecard, it says that the Harish and Guru has bowled 5 overs, and Srikanth also finished 5 overs. But when they wanted to strike, right, they did not use the Harish and Guru up front. They got them little late. If I would have been there, I would have actually tried to bowl Harish, Guru, and before actually Chaitanya's 4 overs. So Chaitanya bowled 4 overs before even Harish started bowling his fourth, or Guru, anybody else. So I think first Sai and Chaitanya bowled their 4 overs, and then only they went again with Harish and Guru and Srikanth for their remaining quota. I think that is where Legends lagged. They should have striked and try to get those wickets or break that partnership. I think they did not try enough when the batsmen were new, but when the batsmen got settled, they were able to play Harish and Guru comfortably. So good win for Stars, and Arun Kumar is again the peak of the player in this particular game, picking up 4 wickets and scoring 15 runs. Over to you, Vijay, if you want to add.
My feeling is, again, I think Stars once again dominated, but I always considered Deepak as one of your best bowlers in the league, but I always called him Lord Giriyappa. But for this game, I have to say he is Aam Aadmi Giriyappa, because he has bowled 7 wides and 1 no ball. That is unheard of. He is the biggest culprit in the wides department in this thing. I'm not sure whether it was I don't know if the wickets were straight, or whether he was having some other issue, because that's not the Giriyappa that I know of. But again, I think Arun picking up the wickets might also be a fact that, the unsung hero is probably Imtiaz and Anvesh, because they are choking up the runs, and they are bowling dot ball after dot ball and not giving any wides and things like that. If you look at Imti's figures, I mean, it's fabulous figures, right? 5 over 16 runs and 1 wicket. Always puts pressure on the batting team, and now they have to go after somebody, and they're going to probably target Arun as the person to go after, and you end up picking wickets. I mean, yes, Ravi Teja didn't click in this game, but they have enough batting power, firepower to get the job done. I think Hari Parankusam has added very well here, because Arun is a great add, and Sai Tota was a good add. I don't know much about Hemant Naidu. Do you know? Do you want to throw some light on Hemant Naidu? Oh, you also don't know him then.
I don't know Hemant Naidu.
Okay, all right. Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming he's a good player, considering what down he is coming there. But I think it is a clinical win for Stars after the opening week setback. But this one, I think Legends have to go back to the drawing board and see what's wrong, because if you really look at it, many of their guys are not really firing on cylinders. I mean, let me ask our good friend KK. I mean, Ravitej Pujari has gone from being Usain Bolt. At least when I saw him indoor, he was scoring what at 15 runs and over kind of a thing, and now he is scoring 16 runs in 45 balls. I mean, he has gone from being Usain Bolt to I don't know. Who's the slowest?
I'll tell.
He's gone from being Usain Bolt to being you.
Yeah, probably.
What's going on here?
So, and I've seen him play indoor. I've seen him play leather ball as well, right? He is free flowing batsman there, but when it comes to DCL pitches, yeah, I think he's not at his fluid best at least at this moment.
Okay.
Okay, even last year, except for that one or two good innings, the rest of the time he has struggled.
Okay.
He had a blistering knock of 15, 20 balls in T90 and one or two other innings, but other than that, I think he has been pretty much the same. But hopefully this year turns out better.
Yeah, I mistook Ravitej Pujari and Raviteja. It's Raviteja who's 16 in 45. But
even
Ravitej
him, right?
Pujari also didn't click in this game. But it is game after game where I'm seeing that being the case. So obviously,
True.
For a person who I saw indoor and I was getting sleepless nights, wondering if this guy is going to take the game away from us, to now being a non-factor. I mean, too good a player not to be a non-factor, right?
Right. I mean, even the other Raviteja, right? He has had very good season last year.
Okay.
Across different tournaments, but he is an aggressive player. Even in that quarterfinal game when they lost to KRCC, Legends were 29 at the end of 5 overs. It was Raviteja and Prashant Patel taking on the likes of Oni. He's a pretty aggressive player. I think in this game, after one season, we often see that the players try to slow down. Especially the mid-season meetings or the after or pre-season meetings, right? It kind of heavies down on the player. I've noticed that multiple times. A guy who strikes at more than 100 the first year, next year his strike rate drops to 70.
Okay.
But that natural ability should be there, and that's where that X factor comes into picture. You need to let Rishabh Pant play like Rishabh Pant, not become the Pujara of Indian Test cricket.
Okay.
Everyone has their own role, and that's what I think. Most of the captains do that. I'm not saying here they did it, but at least in DCL fraternity, I've seen 10 to 15 players lose out their game to such silliness.
Okay. Well, I think we should also give credit to I don't think we gave enough credit to Shan for his fabulous innings. It was Shan.
I was watching. Yeah, I was watching the match, Vijay, and Sean took on Chaitanya Bobili in this game. The way he was striking the ball clean for those twos on the offside, phenomenal to watch. Even if you're an opponent, you can stand up and clap for those shots.
That was the Shan I recall when I was there, when long time ago when he used to play for Pokeries and things like that. And even before he joined Pokeries, I mean, he was very, very strong on hitting those 2 runs with ease kind of a thing. And so somewhere in between, he lost that touch a little bit. I mean, towards the latter end of the Pokeries years. But I think he's rediscovered that touch. I mean, this is very good innings, if you ask me, especially coming under the circumstances in which it has come. I mean, I think it is a fantastic innings. So.
And he was very confident when he was playing the shots. You can see the way he holds the bat as well. Right? You can see it in the body language of Sean.
Okay.
And in addition to that, I think Legends definitely missed their captain in this game.
Okay.
Praveen, who is their 5th bowler, right? Now, they don't have a 5th bowler. They've gone with the likes of Chaitanya Bobili.
Okay.
And I think that's where they were not able to exert enough pressure on the opposition.
That was my point, right? They should have used the 5th bowler smartly. Rather than putting that 4 over up front, they should have parked it toward the end, and then should have used their strike bowler and try to get the upfront wickets. But again, that is the strategy.
The point is, see, you're playing the finalist of DCL 2022, right? And when you're playing such a good team, you even though a small opening, the opposition will take it. But I think they're lacking their player present because Praveen was in India. He's just back. He's available from this week. So that non-availability of a player, I think, impacted them more. And because Legends and Guardians, ever since the split, the rosters are very limited. So you cannot go discover a player like Praveen and plug him into your team.
Right.
Okay.
That's true. Will he be back, Praveen?
He's back now. Yeah, he's back already.
Okay. Well, anyway, congrats to Stars on winning the Showcase Game of the Week. So tell me, KK, is Stars better than last year?
Well, the inclusion of Arun, in Hari's own words, right? He said he is the best welcome this year into the team, best addition into their year, this team. Sorry, but going by their form, I think.
Are you saying that Arun is a better addition than Sai Tota? I'm finding that difficult to believe.
Sai Tota needs to travel all the way from Holland and play.
Yeah, well,
Arun is available every game.
If I know Hari Parankusam, he'll make him travel from Holland in Europe and make him play. Forget the Michigan Holland, So
I mean,
distance is not a problem for Parankusam.
Distance is not a problem for Parankusam, but think about it, right? A player who drives only 30 minutes gets to the ground by the time an album is over, and a guy who's driving for 3 hours straight, be it even on a Friday night, and it's not the same effect. Sai in Metro Detroit versus Sai in Holland the comparison would be different. It would be a tired Sai.
But player-wise, I have a feeling Parankusam is taking a capture of this shot and sending it to Sai and saying that this is what KK is saying, that the traveling of the distance is making an effect on your game.
Oh, yes. And because Sai and me, we played together last year. We won the TDF tournament. That's a 2 or 3 day tournament, right? We played in the same team. We worked together. But I'm telling you, I mean, it's very common. If I have to drive for 3 hours to come play a game, it will not be the same effect.
Okay.
Yeah. But yes, Arun is definitely a great addition to Stars. Even in the last game, I think he broke the back of Legends.
You're telling me this. Let me put Gabaji on the... Gabaji, if you were traveling 3 hours, would it affect your game? I'm just asking you. I'm just trying to play the devil's advocate here.
Maybe if I'm traveling in the morning, I may be a little tired, but I think that should not affect. I think if I'm traveling that far, I will make sure that I'm energetic enough. Otherwise, that 3 hours travel will be waste.
Let me tell you something. When Arjun Ajbani gave me this thing that he was sick, I sent him the video of Michael Jordan playing the flu game. If you don't believe me, go and look up the flu game by Michael Jordan. When he was suffering from flu and dehydrated, he came on and put on a performance. And I told Ajbani, well, I need something like that. I don't care whether you're sick or not. So if I'm not mistaken, Parankusam is probably saying that same thing in a lighter tone to Sai Tota. I probably would say the same thing to Tota, saying that I don't care whether you're traveling from Holland or from Chicago. All I need you to do is perform at a high level. Simple as that.
Mm-hmm. And we do not know the backstory. If it was Sai Tota who approached Stars or Stars who approached Sai Tota, and if it's the second...
Trust me, I know the backstory even without knowing the backstory. It is Stars who approached Sai Tota. Simple
so
as
Sai Tota would come with conditions,
I have that much confidence in Hari Parankusam. Simple as that, all right?
Then it's simple. Simply put, then Sai Tota would come with conditions, right? He cannot travel every week. He'll come qualify, but in playoffs, he'll try to make it every game.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I think that's fair enough, right? I mean,
and if you're living in Holland for most of the time, you would not have enough practice. You would not be on the top of your game. Sai Tota is a phenomenal player, but any player, right, be it at any level, once you do not have that same touch of playing, frequently, then you would not be 90% effective of what you were.
I agree on that point. You need a practice for such game.
All right, let's move on to the next game. I think we spent enough time on the Showcase Game of the Week. Let's go to Rangers versus Thunderbolts. Vamsi KK, your Ranger buddies are disappointing big time. They are on their way to setting some terrible records, which they are not going to be proud of.
Oh, definitely, right? Even in this game, right? Uh, what I was told or what I've seen later is that the Thunderbolts team stopped the game 2 or 3 times, saying
Okay.
that one of the bowler on the MI Rangers is chucking.
Okay. Who's
Okay.
the bowler? Who is the bowler?
The guy who took, I think it's the third ball. I'm trying to look at the scorecard.
Okay.
That's Rahul.
Okay.
Okay.
So we have another Rahul here. Okay. All right.
Yep. So I think he got 2 back-to-back wickets.
Okay.
And if I saw the video right, the next ball is a catch which has been adjudged not out by the umpire, saying that it touched the ground after hitting the bat. You watch it in slow motion, it's a hat trick which was not given.
Okay.
That's the spice from this game. But yes, even though it was, even though the bowler action is not clean, the opposition captains or the players have no business coming into the ground and stopping the game. That resulted in a DL game here. It would have gone either way, but this is not how we want the results to come out.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I know that it went to DL, but I thought it may be because the game started late or something like that. I didn't realize that. I don't think anybody in the audience realizes that the game was stopped for chucking, and that caused the DL to come into effect.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I was watching the video stream later. That's when I got to know about it.
That is another good point, actually. The rule clearly says that ideally nobody should step in and umpire should conduct. And if the time is being wasted, umpire should control. Again, we are going back to the umpire, but umpires are not educated enough. If somebody is trying to halt a game for no reason, I think umpire should take a strong stand.
Who are the umpires in this game? I mean, I think KK dropped off. Okay.
No, I'm here.
Usually the
Can you hear me?
shows.
Yeah,
I can hear you. Now your video has come back.
Okay.
Usually it shows who the umpires were. Does it not show?
Yeah, I think we are adding that. Yeah.
No.
This is a
usually shows that.
rescheduled game, right? This is a rescheduled game. I think in the second week or so, we did not do any
All right.
additions to those. Only the regular games are being updated.
Yeah, it says last updated by you. Okay.
Yes, because
it does say that
they were
it was
not
updated.
able.
Hey, by the way, let me ask you this. Go ahead. You were saying something.
No, because the teams were not able to end the game, especially when the lights went out. So we had to look at the DL par chart and do it. So, upon speaking with Vinod from Thunderbolts, I made that update.
Okay. My next question then was, did you get a chance to look at that, their so-called sensational fast bowler, Tayyab Khan? Or
yes.
Okay. Is he phenomenal? So-so? I mean, because in this game, if you ask me, Deepak Bhaskaran and Devraj outperformed him. All right. Now, I've seen Devraj bowling, and Devraj is phenomenally good. All right. I mean, I'm not sure why he's not picking up more wickets in the past seasons, because he's phenomenally accurate and he's a difficult customer to get away. And Deepak Bhaskaran, of course, doesn't require any kudos from me, because he has been leading the league often on behalf of Thunderbolts. So those two guys doing well, I can understand, but I'm more interested in this Tayyab Sajid Khan, whether he's as good as that, or is this a question of the fame preceding something which is not really
I mean, he's bowling good. Yeah.
Okay, because somebody told me that he bowled a ball and it hit the leg, and I don't know, close to the leg broke, or I don't know, whatever it is.
No, he has a clean action. Okay. Yeah. He's bowling well, but I think when it comes to DCL, maybe he needs to get those lengths right, because once he gets those lengths right, I think he'll be phenomenal.
So you're telling me he's got the pace, but the length is off?
Yes.
Okay. Well, that probably explains why the runs are leaking, because he's for a guy with that kind of pace, he's certainly giving up a lot more runs, right?
Yep. And Satya, if you can bring up that link that I sent it to you at 1:48:30, it'll be very quick. Is Satya here?
Yeah, he's there. You don't
Okay.
see
Yeah,
it?
can you guys see this or no?
Yeah, we can see
Yeah,
that.
we
here.
can see it.
Maybe
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
using the app for the first time. I think I'm not getting it right. Yeah, but if you can open that link, you go to 148 mark.
Yeah, is there.
That's already 2 wickets down here.
No,
No, the next one 148:30. 148:30.
Okay.
Okay, so that's the hat trick ball.
Wait. I am still there. Okay. Yeah, this is the ball.
Yes, it's 3.3. No, sorry, 5.3. Over number 5.3.
Yeah. Here's this one.
Yes. So the batsman hits it,
Why?
and it was. Oh,
It's going too
It's a
fast.
It's a clean out.
Yeah.
it's a clean out. The umpire gave it not out.
Why?
He
That's
lifted
something
it up.
surprising. Yep.
And it was a good catch too. I don't know.
Yeah,
It is a
it was
good catch. Yeah, but it was not given.
Okay.
Ah.
All right.
Well, yep.
Well,
Let's move on.
let's move on. What's our next game?
I don't.
By the way,
think it's-
KK, you have any special cup cleaners in Hyderabad that you can send to Chennai so that we can relieve our friend Parthiv Mehta from cleaning cups, so that he can come and join the show? Just
Well, they can't
just-
beat the best.
I know, but still, just check with your brother to see if there is somebody who can be sent from a loan from Hyderabad to Chennai, kind of a thing, so that our friend Parthu can end up on the show. But
Viju
anyway,
is yet to join with you. Wait, hold it.
yeah, I know, but it's every now and then I should give him a small pat on his back. All right, Motor City versus Cover Drive Cricket Club. Who's got this one? Nobody?
KK, you wanna go?
I mean, we can cover this really quickly.
Really quick, real quick.
Yep, because after ages, we have seen the Motor City captain Bhargav perform really well. He scored 27 out of 41. And he was well supported by three more teammates, Arvind, Karthik, and Dinesh Rajakannan, who actually gave them those much required 15-20 runs in the end and got them over 100. And Motor City ended up with 112 runs, and Cover Drive Cricket Club, we have seen how they performed against Gladiators, getting bundled 12 15, or 14 runs, right? And in this game, they got.
I thought they scored 18 or 19.
18.
I don't know.
All right, I might be wrong, but yeah, 18. So, but in this game, Motor City is playing a team like Cover Drive Cricket Club, which is their first season. So, I think they were able to score that 3-figure mark, which they'll be happy with. At the end of the season, they'll have one game where they have 5 points. So this is a good one to have. Whereas for Cover Drive Cricket Club, it's like coming back from those 18s, right? They're back into those 17 and 80 runs. And good that 2 or 3 of their players had a good outing in this game, especially, in the bowling, it was Pranith Villor. 5 overs, 15 for 3. And when it came to their batting, it was Srinivasan Manikyam. He scored 20 runs and Anirudh scored 14 runs. Even though they lost, I would say they should not lose their heart because it's a long season. Win 1 or 2 games this year, then probably you can build on top of it. There are many teams which started very low.
KK, I must admire you. Your brother is incredibly fast. He did send some help over to Chennai so quickly that our friend Parthiv has managed.
Parthiv is here.
He has managed to show up. I mean, I have to admire your brother's capability. Anyway, let's move on to the next game, and after that, I'll hand it over to Parthiv. I think the next game also you can cover real fast, which is Thunderbolts versus Royal Home Cars. Homecards are crying a lot, but they are making no noise, at least in the points table.
Yes. But in this game, I would say they started really well. Thunderbolts were set 6 for 33 at 10.3. And they then came the biggest partnership for them. It was 112 run partnership between Mithilesh and Gurdeep. Mithilesh scored 62 out of 53 with only 3 boundaries in them, and Gurdeep scored 46. And this year
But
you see.
But KK, that Mithilesh guy is an incredible player. I saw him
Yes.
last year play against Glads, and I'm telling you, when I saw that guy in action, I said, this guy can really, really bat well, and we need to get him out as quickly as possible. So I am not surprised that at the the tremendous output which he has put out there. And Gurdeep, I think he has in the past also scored a lot of runs. So I think I'm not so sure about Gurdeep's ability as a bowler, but as a batsman, definitely is capable. But Mithilesh was lights out good in this particular game. I mean, but he is genuinely a good batsman, actually.
Yes, and we need to note that a lot of these Punjab Cricket Club folks joined hands with Thunderbolts this year.
Yes.
Yes, and that is a great addition for them. But now I'm coming to the most, probably the biggest highlight of the week. A hat trick by Vinod Kumar Ganeshan, picking up 6 wickets, and there was one hat trick in that. 14 for 6 in 5 overs.
So nobody wanted to give him the game performer, game changer of the week award.
Well, even I think the DCL communication did not mention him as the best bowler of the week. It was given to someone else. So.
Oh, is it? Okay. Who was it given to?
Because in my opinion, to be outright,
Parag that we have highlighted.
Yeah, it went to Parag, but in my opinion, which normally
I think it was
at the end of the season, right? When you see which is the best bowling performance of the year, you look at the stats, you do not look at the opponents. And I think in this week, a 6-4 is greater than 5-4 any day.
Okay.
In my opinion, Vinod is the best bowler of the week.
But I have the different opinion on that. If you directly go by stats, I think as an analyst, we should look for the game specific. At least for this show, I think we are talking about different about the DCL community. For this particular show, actually, we should look who has the better impact over the game and again the competition as well. But again,
in fact, yes, agree. For this, we have a different approach. It's a game changer of the week.
Yeah.
Vinod's name didn't even come into that picture. If it was someone from this game, I would have probably brought in Mithilesh, not Vinod. But my choice was a different performer. That's a different story. But when you look at the best batsman who scored the highest number of runs, this year it went to Shubman Gill in IPL. Similarly, from bowlers, it went Mohammad Shami, right, 28. And when it comes to best bowling performance, it always goes to the guy who took the highest number of wickets in a single game.
Yeah, I think
that's
two different things. That I think the second one is also we are sorting it out, as you know, right?
Yeah, I know.
So we are sorting it out. But for this particular, for being an analyst, I think we should look towards who had the better impact for the game. I think Parthy wanted to make
he wanted to say something. No, he is frozen because I think he's still stuck at his hands are still in the cup. His hands are still in the cup.
Parthy, your voice is breaking and you're freezing as well.
Can you guys hear me?
No, it's very hard to follow you. You're breaking and freezing as well. I would recommend disconnect.
I think Parthiv has very slow speed connections. I mean, how is it possible that I in India have better speed connection than him? Okay,
I tried to join from my laptop. It didn't let me.
His Wi-Fi might be basement.
Okay. Anyway, let's move on to this next game, which again is a one-sided game. Raptors versus Spartans. Yeah, this can be quick too.
Yeah, I think I can take this up.
Okay.
Yeah, sure thing.
So this particular game, if Raptor won the toss, I think that is the bad luck for Spartan, where they score 150.
Raptors wins all the time.
Raptors are winning all the toss. That's exactly what I was going to say.
No. Raptors have a way to win tosses. They have 7 players 15 minutes before the game. And then the opposition, even though they have 6, Raptors will claim the toss, which is rightfully theirs.
Okay, I don't have a problem with that. I mean,
Yeah,
that's
that's
Yeah,
the
their
rule.
half the games I think they win the toss like that.
Okay.
Okay. So going back to the game, it was again a one-side affair where Raptors scored 152 runs and Spartan managed to get only 80 runs. One good thing about one point that I want to highlight in this particular game, their 16 bowler has been used in this game. Both the team has used 8 bowlers. And I want to mention about the Kaushik. Kaushik is very dangerous batsman when it goes into an average kind of bowling, right? Where ball is coming easy on a bat. This guy can kill any team. If you have average kind of bowling and if you cannot get out Kaushik, you'll always be defending or chasing 152 kind of score. He is like hard hitter, which KK was talking before, right? This guy is not changing. He know that
He
his
won.
role. He just want to go and enjoy himself. If ball is in his range, he will swing from the very first ball. So I think it's very dangerous when it goes against the average bowling, and I think he has been very well supported by Hitesh with that 35 runs, and I think they both managed to get almost all the run that they needed. I think I see Amar is being lower down the order. Probably they just want to try some new combination, but I think all important game, I think Amar might be he still will be up in the order. On the bowling side, Abhishek has picked up the 4 bowler, and all other bowlers were like very costly, like 13, 10, and this is uh, very tough to see in the DCL where economy is above 10 for bowlers. Again, I'm
Ramba,
surprised.
that Abhishek Singh Katewad, this is not the first time he's performing. Last year, too, he had several spectacular eye-popping performances. So
Yes.
you've got to give him credit for that. I mean, but one man alone is not going to be able to carry.
And
the whole
still, he has
team.
not been given his full quota. So, see, Viju, this is
Yeah.
surprised me. Okay, they are already 150 run, right? They are towards marching towards high scoring side, and your best bowler is only bowling the 4 over, right? And you are using the 8 bowler. I don't know what is the thought behind. Again, captain want to give opportunity to everyone at what cost? Means you are going for 152, your team will be demoralized, right? If you will be hit by like this. So again, every captain has a different strategy, but I would have been definitely bowled Abhishek his full quota.
I think by the end of the 10th over itself, the game was over. 2 for 67 when Pradeep was out. And by then, Spartans might have already made up their mind. This game is done. Why not just play around?
I guess let's put it this way. I think Abhishek Singh Katewad is the shining diamond in the Spartans team right now. So let's give him credit for that. But let's, I guess, move to the next game because our friend Parthu Mehta.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah,
Can you
loud
hear me
and
now?
clear, loud and clear,
Okay.
loud and clear.
I think I'm just in time for our game, isn't it?
Yes,
Local
you're.
boys?
Yes, Strikers versus local boys. You showed up in
Look
time.
at that smile on Viju's face.
You should have joined little more late.
No, that's okay. I'm the first one to admit we lost to a game which we shouldn't have lost. I mean, this is a game where I think probably we experimented and did a little differently. Didn't go with the 12 players which we normally have, laid down that we should go with 12 players. We got a couple of fillers at the back end. But even then, I think after scoring 93, I felt good that we had the bowling at least to defend the score. Even though we were missing 2 or 3 of our key bowlers, and then even though our main guy Vraj came over all the way from Texas, he wasn't fit enough to bowl, so we couldn't get him to bowl his 5 overs. Even though he bowled that 1 over, it was very reluctant 1 over from him. All credit to Srinivas Alumni. I think he took the game. At the very start, he started very aggressively. We dropped a couple of chances, and I guess that's how he plays. He basically takes his chances. You get chances if you grab them. His wicket is very crucial, and from then on, I think we could have controlled the game if we had got him very early on. But all credit to him and Satya. I think towards the end, made sure they got the runs again. I think our extras column is still pretty high. I think it's double digits all the way. This is the fourth game, and still, I think we're conceding more than 2 or 3 overs a game. That's not acceptable at all. But I think this is a game which we shouldn't have lost. These 4 points are going to be really, really crucial, especially in this Group B or Pool B, where every point is going to be vital. So I think this is
I have
probably
a question, Parthiv.
yeah,
Why is Kishore coming at number 9?
because he's captain. That's why. That's what most captains
That's why
do.
party opens every game.
Well,
See,
yeah, I can
that's-
relate to that. This week we have a Michigan Cup game, and I'm second from the bottom in the list of batting orders. So,
I think this is a syndrome which impacts every captain, where they all feel like they need to get the other guys promoted up, give them a chance.
It's not a
and some-
syndrome. If you want to hold the team, then you have to send them up. That's the only.
Yeah, but I agree. I think in this case, it was a conscious effort from Kishore. He wanted some of the other guys to go up, because we thought the game. I mean, to be honest, I think we thought the game was lighter than we should have thought about it. We should have taken it more seriously. So I think towards when we started losing wickets, who were like when we were 60 and 70 and we couldn't reach. At one point, I think we were looking, when Raj was going, I think we were looking at around 100, 120. But then as wickets fell, we were well short of the runs. But yeah, these 4 points are definitely going to come and bite us. So we'll see.
But
We'll have to...
Parthiv, again, I think 93 was a very defendable score.
Yeah.
I think the problem is that one bowler missing is where the problem is.
Yeah.
And I think I brought that up to your attention even after the game was over, that I see Binod there. I'm assuming Binod did not play this game because otherwise he would have bowled his 5 overs.
Yep. As I said, last minute things changed dramatically. And we still, I think we took it a little casually. We could have got another player, called him up early in the morning, but we thought, we'll just go with 11. So,
okay.
Yeah. So, casual mistake, things we shouldn't have taken for lightly.
Then I have a question. Should we fine Kishore for having Binod in this playing 12?
Yeah,
Binod did not play the game.
This is something which I think maybe happens is like we added the 12 and then the player didn't show up, so we didn't remove him from the scorecard. So I don't know.
It's been 10 days since the game is done. We cannot do much, but
Yeah. So this was a case where he was supposed to come, but he didn't come. So.
Okay. Well, again, I think local boys, let's give him the credit. Bhargav, was this Srinivas Elumalai? I told you before itself, Srinivas is a very good player. So I think this, was it this 2-3 shows ago? Somebody asked me that question, and I said he's a very good player. He can take the game away from you, and if you guys dropped him, and then it's like, you dropped the match right there. But if you got him cheap, then I think the outcome might have been different. But all credit to local boys for pulling off an upset here.
And Srinivas
and what makes it even more impressive is that you guys had Vraj Patel and still lost the game. You see, I wouldn't have seen that coming in a million years if you had told me Vraj is also playing this game. And then still you would lose to local boys. I would have said no way, But again,
why Vraj Patel is not bowling?
He has a sore arm, so he didn't want to take a chance. He has minor league starting very soon, so he didn't want to give it a shot.
Are you telling me that he's just playing this one game and that's it? He's not going to qualify, nothing?
Well, there are still chances that he might show up in Michigan. He's still working on relocation and with his company and all that job-related stuff. So we wanted to get him, while he was in Michigan, we wanted to get him qualified. So, at least play one game. And we'll see down the road if we can get him the minimum qualification games. But still up in the air.
Okay. Well, he is the kind of player, if you can get him qualified, there's nothing like it, So
right.
I can fully understand the logic there.
Yep. All right.
And Srinivas Elumalai in 2019 by himself scored 230 runs. in a single season.
Yeah.
I was just
Which
looking
is
at
why-
the stats.
Yeah, which is why he's a very good player, actually. So,
All right, I think
All
we
right,
can
the
move on to the next game.
Yeah, let's go on to the next game, the Hawks MI Rangers game. I think this is another game where I think it was one way or the other. I think we had Hawks pretty much the favorites going into this game, and I think our guy Vikram Reddy Golamari is now starting to fire. Basically, get back to what he was good at. I think his all-round performance, I think, made the difference here. 33 runs, and then along with it, I think he got a bunch of wickets as well. Last I saw, so it was a powerful performance from him. I think his 33 made all the difference. If you look at the scorecard, if you remove the extras and his score, Hawks' score is not that great, but his contribution, and along with Vinay and Yashwant, I think, and I still see, if you Vamsi, if you look at this scorecard as well, look at where Naresh Arkat is.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, but see, now here, let me ask you. I thought Vikram Reddy Golamari is the captain for Hawks this year.
He
Or
was he was the standing captain while Naresh was in India. But I think Naresh has resumed duties this last week.
Oh, is
Because
it?
I know this because they switched the captain's communication in the WhatsApp group. So that's how I know that, now Naresh is back.
Okay. Oh, so you're saying that this game Naresh was the captain?
Correct. Now onwards, this game onwards, Naresh is going to be the captain.
Okay, all right. I get the logic. But let me ask you this. Has Vikram Reddy Golamari changed his approach to batting? Because usually he scores a few boundaries. But I see that the strike rate has come down. He's probably taking more responsibility and saying, I'm going to just stay there at the wicket. But having said that,
Not really.
No?
I don't think so. Even last year, he was playing at the same strike rate. Even last year, he scored at 56.
No, the strike rate is not a whole lot different, but he used to score more boundaries, I thought, last year. But
I mean,
again,
he only scored 6 4s and 2 6s.
Okay.
In the entire
And
year.
this year,
8 boundaries in 13 games.
This year, how many boundaries does he have?
0 so far, but
Okay.
I mean, April and May, that's fine. I'm not going to complain about
Okay.
it. The pitches are slow. It's hard to hit.
Yep.
Okay. But having said that, what's going on with their opener? I mean, I saw one game of theirs, and I thought he was a pretty good batsman. And in this game, I see that he scored 1 run out of 15 balls. I know that the race between the tortoise and the hare, the tortoise beat the hare. But if the race is between the snail and the hare, there is no way the snail is baiting the hare. Let me tell you that.
Yep.
Are you talking
So
about
this
the
is
same
the same
Shashank?
way.
Because they have 2 different Shashanks.
No, I'm talking about Shashank Reddy. I'm not talking about the V Shashank, all right? I'm not talking about Shashank.
The opener, right?
That
Yeah.
guy, I'm talking about this. In this game, he has opened, and some other game I saw him come 1 down or 2 down or something like that. But this one was, I don't know. I mean, tell me why he is scoring 15 balls and 1 run. It's not making a whole lot of sense. You're not going to win.
I think you're talking about a completely different Shashank. Because this Shashank scored.
There are 2 Shashanks,
I'm talking
right?
about, no. There are 2 Shashank. The V Shashank is a good player. He's a short guy. All right. He's a good
Correct.
player. No doubt about it. But this Shashank is also good, Vamsi. I saw him back.
He scored 1, 2, and 3 in the 3 games he played.
I understand, but that doesn't mean that's like I saw Mithilesh bat and he didn't score much. That didn't mean that I felt that he was not a good batsman. He's a good batsman. I mean, usually when you see a batsman play, you can figure out if this guy is good or not. So I'm saying this guy is capable batsman, but when you score 1 run in 15 balls, basically you're in the entire game you're going to score what? 10 runs?
10. Yes.
Yeah.
So, and I think MI Rangers have lost quite a few players. Where is this? There was another tall dude, Anush. I was very impressed with him last year. He's
Yeah.
also missing.
So
I know
Anush,
yeah.
Anush relocated back to India because of personal reasons,
Oh,
family
okay.
reasons. So, but he's like Kaushik. That guy can take on you from the
Okay.
ball one.
Yeah. Last year, I remember we had a couple of games where he really was outstanding.
No,
and then
he-
I think
Yeah, he comes towards that last part of this thing and changes the dynamics.
right. So I know MI Rangers have lost a few players. Abhilash being the most significant, but yeah, losing Anush too makes them significantly weak.
True. But I think their top order, right? Outside the top middle order is not really that great. That's where they are losing all the games one after the other. In this game, they had a decent start. Probably their first 10 plus run stand as an opening pair. But from 18 for 0, they were 36 for 6. And the game is over then. And I want to ask their captain, what are you doing? Because the game one, he did not bat. And in the last two games, he scored 2 zeros. He's getting us good omelets there. That's
So
what I
do
can
you
tell you.
guys think Hawks can repeat their last year's performance? I mean,
It's
they're
difficult.
virtually the same side.
The pools, right? This year's pools are different.
Hmm.
I don't think it will be that easy, but if they can replicate that, it will be a wonderful feat. At least if they get to the top 16, it will be great because they are in Group A, where
Yep.
they have the likes of Canton 11, who's been playing phenomenal this year. They have FCC, then Indus Thunders,
Gaba,
Hawks
which games do
themselves.
you
Then
pick some games? There were some games assigned to you. I hope we are not stepping on your toes.
No, I'm
On the
tracking.
games which you're supposed to do.
I'm tracking on that.
No, yeah, we're good.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Yep.
Let's go on to the next game. I think we talked about Hawks. Let's see. They're in a tough group as well, with fighters showing real promise. All right. Next game was a pretty easy game for Canton Hurricanes. I think I don't know if anybody wants to chime in, but I can cover this game really quickly.
Parthiv, I think Adarsh Nair, we need to change his name from Adarsh Nair to Amazing Nair. I mean, this guy has been performing game in and game out. I mean, that's about all I can say. I mean, phenomenal performance. But go ahead. I don't know who's covering this game.
He's the captain too, coming at the bottom.
Yes, that was another one which I was going to point out. All these captains are the same. They want to basically shield, keep giving chances to others. But I think Canton 11 is definitely looking much better than last year. I think they've got a lot of great all-rounders. I know they have lost a couple of really good all-rounders to Sterling strikers, but I think they have gained also a couple of really good ones. I think Adarsh is definitely one of them. I think Sadat is another one which I see, and Mohammad Mukadas. I think those three guys have been performing consistently for Canton Hurricanes. And I mean, this game obviously was going to be a one-sider from the very get-go. Phantoms, I think last year had shown some promise, but haven't really, capitalized on that momentum from last year. I think they were able to win a couple of games last year, but this hasn't been a great start for them. I mean, getting out for 38 is not going to make anyone happy. They haven't got the batting. I mean, they have been trying to get a lot of people, even though they haven't really been able to kind of snatch anyone from any other teams. They've been just organically kind of growing, but even that organic growth hasn't really made any difference for them. So single-digit scores all throughout, 38. Nothing to really go and write about for Phantoms. Canton Hurricanes on the other side, impressive win, and makes the pool A really, really interesting.
Wasn't Hari Pallava the captain for Canton Hurricanes? You guys are saying Adarsh Nair is the captain. I mean, I mean, for some reason, I thought Hari Pallava was their captain.
They had a couple of captains, right? Javed Bhai was also leading this team, and then Javed and Hari both together was leading this team. I think Javed was the one that was leading till last year, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
No, I thought last year also Hari Pallava was the captain.
Harry is leading the other tournaments, but DCL,
Yeah, I
think
think
they
they have
gave the
mixed
others.
bag where they play hardball and they rotate the captainship. And this time, I think Adarsh has been given that responsibility, and I think he's doing good, fabulous.
No, not really. I think there is something wrong because Harry was the one who was sending out messages in the DCL captains group. Now I see their stats. He has not even played a single game, and the captaincy has gone to someone else now. So
Yep.
I sense
Yep.
something is wrong.
Or you think that there is more masala than what meets the eye?
I think so.
We need
Okay.
others for maybe next time. We need
Because
others in
Harry
the
has not played a single
So,
game.
okay. Well, you had an opportunity this week to assign showcase game of the week to Canton Hurricanes. When they're playing a good team this season, this week. Is it Rising Stars? I think.
Yeah, Rising
Okay.
Stars.
Okay.
But more than
Harry-
masala, I think it might
Okay,
be something.
I just got
more
a text
logistical.
from others that Hari is in India, so that there is no masala.
Oh, there is no masala. There is no
2 months.
masala. No,
Come on.
no.
It's been 2
He
months.
will be back. He will be back next week and will be playing. So no
Oh
controversy.
no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! There's no masala. Oh
Come
God!
on.
Oh, come
You
on, man.
just had to spill. Okay. That's good for Canton in that case.
Okay, all right. But at least it's good to get that answer that quick.
Yeah,
So,
I think good that others is following, and I think Vijubhai was appreciating his performance, right, and his leadership as well, because finding and bonding the team and making the team perform is not an easy job, and then
Hey, but-
on top of it, you have to.
I'm only observing whatever I'm seeing every
Exactly,
week in
yeah.
after week. So there is a reason why I said forget Adarsh Nair and make him amazing Nair.
Amazing.
But all right. So, but my question is there who's leading the MVP charts? I mean, this guy has to be somewhere close if he's not there at the top.
And
He
then
has to be
let's not look at the player rankings, Siju, because the point system is going to change to bring
Oh, is it?
more balance
Oh.
between the batsmen and bowlers, right?
Oh, is it? Okay.
As of
Well,
now,
we-
it's your favorite MBB who is leading.
Okay.
We need to fix that quickly. I think we need to discuss and fix that.
I need to reach out to Cricket Clubs.
says
Last time they
Sadar-
told me that they're going to deploy it.
It says Sadat Bar at 706 is number 3. Is that for the season or is it just for this week?
No, it's
For the season.
For the
Season.
season. Okay. All right. Anyway, out of curiosity, where is he standing?
Others,
Oh,
not in the top 20.
Not in the top
Because-
20?
Because it doesn't bowl, right? Because this is biased towards bowler,
Yeah.
right?
Okay. All right.
So last year, Viju, there are two batsmen who got more than 1,000 points, and there are 17 bowlers who got more than 1,000 points. So there is a lot of disparity.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, I'm not questioning the logic there. I mean, the
Mhm.
bowlers have dominated DCL, and I mean, scoring runs in
Yeah, I
DCL
think
is a lot tougher than.
When you are playing with 11 fielders in 40% of the ground, I think batsmen need to be given more points.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's move on.
Others Nair is in 81.
Wow.
Okay. Well, he's
But who
appearing
cares,
on
right?
our
He's
game
getting the
changer of
results
the
for
week.
Canton.
He's getting the job done. I mean, I think he's an impact player for them for sure.
And I think as a captain, he must not be thinking about this MVP and all, like, because he's able to perform and meaning the team, matches for the team. I think that is more important for him. I think he should be very happy with his performance.
At this point, if you had told me that Canton Hurricanes will be having the record which they are having, I would have said no way, right? Because if he has been instrumental in getting them that, all credit to him. But he himself has been leading with the bat and with the every decision which he has made. I mean, that's the reason why I said amazing Nair. I mean, it has been a fantastic performance. It has been revelationary, and we'll give him all the credit and we'll tip our cap to him also.
Yep. And yes, in the batting charts, he's leading. He already scored 70 runs so far.
Okay.
Well, the next game is the FCC Agni SLCC Legends game. I mean, the scorecard shows that the Legends were made to work. They won by 5 wickets, chasing 48 runs. But if you look at the ease in which they reached, I don't think it was that close a game. I think the Agni losing just scoring 48 runs and losing all 10 wickets just for 48 runs, that itself was going to be a very hard and steep chase. And to be honest, I was surprised Satish bowled in this game and got 3 wickets. I haven't seen Satish bowl. I haven't faced him anytime yet. But surprised that he is amongst the wickets, 3 wickets for him, and he was the chief architect of the destruction which was for FC Agni. And if I'm not mistaken, this year SLCC Legends is not led by Satish, right?
No.
Yeah, Praveen is the captain since
It changed, right?
2022.
Praveen last
So
year.
Parthiv, let me tell you.
That's my inference. You can infer, like a captain, he wasn't giving him himself bowling. Now that he's not the captain, he bowls and he gets 3 wickets.
No, in this match, he is still the captain.
Is Bellamakonda coming on the show today?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, right. Okay.
Yes.
So you know what?
I'm going to ask him.
Parthiv, Parthiv, the Amir Khan and Hardik Pandya ad where Hardik gets him bowled and he says retake or whatever it is, and then somebody else says something else, that actors in this thing, and Hardik turns around and says you come to bat, I'll show you what to say. That's exactly what Bellamakonda is going to be telling you today on the show. All right, Parthiv, you come to bat, I'll show you how I bowl well.
Oh man, I think he's in great form this year. He took a 5-4 in the Spring Cup as well.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
He's going to show Parthiv. He's going to make Parthiv dance. Parthiv opens the batting.
Well, then maybe I need to get a little more used to seeing him bowl, because I don't think I've seen him ever bowl, like nor umpiring nor playing against them. I don't think we played Legends that much, but still, I don't think I've seen him bowl. So interesting.
Both of you are.
You better go with leg pads, chest pads, hand pads, all kinds of pads. You better go, and I'm warning you.
I'm going to tell only one thing here to Parthiv. Parthiv, you are no longer the skipper. Satish is no longer the skipper. Go, give it out, fight it out.
Yes, this is the year to enjoy now. But nevertheless, coming back to this game, I think SLCC Legends bowled really well. I think Guru Naga, Sai Pratap, and Satish Bellamakonda, they basically reaped the wickets. Got the FCC Agni really at the low end of the scores. I mean, the pitches were in good condition. The ball has been good. So 48 this week didn't make any sense. So it was a very below par score by FCC Agni. And then, as I mentioned, SLCC Legends, yes, they lost 5 wickets, but I think in the end it was comfortable.
Hey, by the way,
this game was played in.
Parthiv, I don't know if you're watching this live chat. There is Devnath has posted a number of live chats. Maybe you are the right person to answer this, but or KK or Kaba is the right person to answer it rather than me answering it, because I'm sitting in India. So whatever I say doesn't count. So
what's the live chat?
Where is the live?
YouTube.
On the YouTube.
Okay.
On the YouTube,
But
if you pull it up, there
you
is some
guys
live
open
chat.
and mute it.
Yes.
Don't.
Okay, yeah, just mute it or whatever it is. But there are some live chats, and he's asked some questions. So while somebody is running through the scorecard, maybe one of you can look up the live chat and try to answer the question. But let's move on to the next game. Legends completely outclassed Agni.
Yeah, this game was played in Veterans Park. The pitch was so slow. Okay, I tried to play a pull shot and it hit the toe of the bat. I finished the shot and the ball came and hit the toe of the bat. So it was so slow. It was a rainy weekend as well. So
You are so
Yep.
quick.
no, not really. I'm 35.
Are you talking about Titans versus FCC?
No.
No.
Ah.
I'm no longer on the FCC unit. Remember,
No, I know. So, but where did you?
we played
come
another
into
game.
picture?
We are going to come to that game at the very end. GLCC
Okay.
versus Dark Horses.
Okay.
He's already laying the foundation for that.
Oh, he's laying the foundation. Okay.
To what? Let's discuss. To what? Let's discuss in that game.
Okay. All right.
Okay, I can go on this game if you guys want.
Yeah.
So again, before we go on discuss this particular game, I just wanted to highlight. I think we did discuss about over the WhatsApp groups and other forum. This particular game we had this game in the afternoon, and it was a rainy day.
Yeah.
Morning games were called off, and the game that was supposed to be played in this particular ground in the morning has also been called off. Not by the committee, obviously, by the umpires.
Okay.
It has been mentioned that the ground conditions are not good enough, and it may be injury. It is a pro injury if players will play in this particular ground. And based on those facts, I think umpire has taken this game off or cancelled this game. But after that, few gentlemen still decided to use this ground. The pitch was wet, right? If the game wouldn't have been called off by the umpire and they would have played, I wouldn't have mind. But if the game would have been called off, still you are playing this, and when you played, right, because of the wet soil, you actually create a lot of dams in the ground, around the grounds, And when we went there, it was getting sunny, but grounds, if they wouldn't have decided to play a practice match, we would have got a better ground. So that is one thing I wanted to highlight as a captain. I felt that, other fellow DCL folks should have given us a better ground to play if they have decided to call up the game, and they should have simply gone to their home. But again, that is my view as a captain. Let's focus on this particular game. Yeah, anybody? Anything?
Who are the gentlemen who are playing there?
I do not have any evidence, so I do not want to take out the name but people have played, right? We know. I think there are a couple of people have seen them playing, right? So I can't name out somebody who I have not seen.
All right, Gaba, can I play devil's advocate for a moment?
Go for it.
All right. So now let me ask you this: this is a free country, and in a free country, somebody wants to go and play, and let's assume that some other folks came and played in the ground. You would have had exactly the same situation, right? Yes or no? I understand the game. I understand the official game was called off. But somebody wants to go there and play. I mean, you and your friends wanted to go, or I and my friends wanted to go and play on this thing. We found an open ground. Well, it's free. We're going to go and play.
Okay, all right. But let's talk about it, right? Communication was sent to the two teams who were playing there, saying that the game is cancelled. The umpires fixed that the game is cancelled. Okay, and we pay for these grounds, right?
Yes.
You want to reschedule a game. Okay, we use the funds to reschedule the game, but if someone plays there, we don't get the funds back, and it increases the cost to the league.
No, that's not true. I mean, if somebody plays a game there, if the city has called it off, that they are going to refund
the city did not call it off.
Right?
If the city did not call it off, irrespective of whether you played or did not play, you have lost the money. The city is going to come back and say,
not right. No, we've been using the reschedule, so. But we need to inform that we are not playing because the ground is not in a proper condition to play. Okay.
Okay, well.
But someone else is using the ground from the same community who are related to DCL, and now we do not get that money back.
No, but how? I mean, I might be playing DCL, but I might be going there not as a representative of DCL and playing. You can't stop me from playing, KK. I mean, at
that's
the end
right,
of the day,
but in this case, it's a different
I'm a free citizen, right? I'm a free citizen. You are welcome to come and show me your voucher or whatever it is that you paid it and that I'm not supposed to, and ask me to vacate. You have every right to do that. But as a person, an individual person, I mean, I want to go there and play. I want to play with my son, or I want
Absolutely.
to play with my 10 other family members. I don't think anybody can stop it. But yeah, if you're paid for the ground, you can kick me out by all means.
Yeah, absolutely right. But in this case, that's not the case, right? You went there, the game is called off, but you have decided, okay, let me play a practice game. When you have decided that it's not safe to play the game, but it's safe to play a practice game.
But I think
How
I
right
think
is that?
well, anyway, I mean, I think we can debate this for endless this thing, and we'll never reach this thing. But I do think that a free citizen is welcome to go and play anywhere, and somebody who has paid for the ground is more than welcome to go and kick them out if they can produce the voucher saying that, yeah, I paid for this. This is my 4 hours or whatever it is, and nobody is going to object to that. But having said that, I think the bigger issue is while our friend Gaba and company could play the game, another game which was supposed to be the showcase game of the week did not end up getting played, right?
No,
Yep.
that's a huge, big story. We
Okay.
can let
We'll
the
talk
Pardev
about
share
that maybe once we are finished with this. We can talk about it. I know
Okay.
this is magic masala moment, right? So
No. The magic masala moment of the year, magic. All right, carry on.
okay, so this particular game, FCC won the toss, and I think they decided to bowl first. I think it was a wise decision because when we entered the ground, pitch was still a little bit wet, and we knew that the prediction is really good out there. Sun was coming out, and we knew that the pitch will be in a better condition. So I think FCC has taken a wise decision and letting us bat first. Initially, we felt that the pitch is little bit difficult, or maybe we were a little bit conscious to start with, because we wanted to have a little bit, even though slow but steady start, where we do not want to lose a lot of wickets. Where Amrit and Prajwal, we went with a new combination. Where we promoted Prajwal in this particular game, and we went with the lefty righty combination, which worked out really well, and Prajwal performed really good in this game. So Amrit and Prajwal, they started slow and steady and get us the start that we wanted. And after that, me and Abhishek also tried to do, but I got run out with my own bad call. And we were good to start with around mid inning, where we scored about 30 odd runs in 2 or 3 wickets down. I think we are just 2 down. And after that, we want from there, we got the platform, and the ball was now coming back properly on the bat. So we wanted to capitalize that and go closer to the 100 run mark. So that is where Vihar and Praveen came in, and then Prajwal was also keep on escalating his inning. So these 3 batsmen made us get to those 97 odd runs, where we were actually quite, I would say, because we were the previous 2 games, we were defending very low total, like 42 or 60 odd runs. So we were very comfortable with this particular score. And then we started. I think couple of things that I want to highlight. I think FCC also made some fielding mistake where they have dropped couple of catches. And from their side, bowling, I was mentioning about the Teju, right? So Teju is very slow bowling, right? So it was very difficult to get on him. And initially when we want to get a steady start, right? We wanted to take a less risk. So I think I personally like Teju, the way he bowled based on the situation where we were not willing to go on scoring high. But when we wanted to score, Teju has been taken off by Nishan. So that was a very good move. And Karthik picked 3 wickets, and Pradeep Bhai was very good in that moving the cutter here and there. So overall, I would say FCC, other than their fielding side, if they would have got a couple of those catches, I think we would have been a little bit short than what we were in 97. When we started, we made the same mistake. We dropped Satish and Chetan both when they were less than 5 runs, and they both capitalized their inning. They both scored in the double digit, where Chetan is again the fearless batsman who can actually swing as and when he wants. He's actually a good attacking batsman, and he has been promoted. He was playing with the injury, with his shoulder injury, but he was still very good. They both scored 14 and 28 run, and they started really good, about 30 odd run partnership that they have got a well stabilized partnership. And we actually started on the back foot when we could not get the wicket, and when we were dropping the catches, we actually felt a little backward, and the body language was a little down. But after that, Parag striked and got Satish out in his ninth over, and then after that we quickly get Yatish and couple of more wickets. Still, I would say when we were on the break, and after the break, they were 56 for 3 when I got Chetan out. 56 for 3. After that, I really FCC shouldn't have lost this particular game. But the way Parag and Praveen has bowled that particular spell from those 14 to 19 over and got the complete FCC middle order collapsed, and I think they were having very hard time to even play Parag. And Praveen was again, as I mentioned a couple of times, the way he spins with the bounce right is very tough for to play Praveen as well. So I think these two bowler get us back on the game, and then when we got 7 wickets, around 70 odd run, we knew that from here we will not lose, or we will not let them dominate, and that is where exactly we came. And later on, Vineet and couple of runouts where they started mixing up. Overall, I think we won with the 5 point, but I think we made a couple of mistakes. As I mentioned, for a different game as well, we bowled 17 odd extra run. That is something I personally think that my bowling side is a good side, and we should never bowl with the 17 extra. So that is something that we need to fix. And then the fielding also as we need to fix it from both the sides. FCC also has to fix their fielding. FCC should, because I think FCC has still looking for this five spot, right? So FCC should, they think they need to have a little bit more into their lower middle order. If Teju is not picking, there somebody should step in. Ideally, they shouldn't have lost this game from the way the players they have lost it. 56 for 3 when chasing 97. They shouldn't have lost it just because they did not play maturely on their lower middle order or middle order. So I think FCC, best of luck for them. We had a really good game. However, we managed to get the 5 point, but it was a very tough and close game.
And Satish, you correct me if I misstate something here, because based on what I got to know, the bowlers were very well assisted by the pitch for 2 to 3 wickets with the balls shooting down.
Mm-hmm. Initially, our wicket. If you see the Amrit wicket, right? Amrit ball was short pitch and it went.
I was talking about the second innings.
On second inning, I do not recall. I believe.
Teju's LBW, it was the shooter, is what we heard.
Probably because that's what I'm saying, right? Pitch. Second inning pitch was a little bit better, if you ask me. Even after 12 overs, right, the pitch started improving. Okay, first 12 was a little bit different, where the pitch was little damp and wet. But after 12 overs, we also felt that the ball is coming better on the bat. But the second inning, I felt again a couple of balls here and there will be there, okay. But second inning pitch has improved little bit better than the first inning. It was gradually improving because of the sun was out and it was getting warm. So. But yeah, there are a couple of incidents where the DCL ball did the magic. Maybe right. I do not recall exactly, but
there are some bowlers. Yeah, I was going to say there are some bowlers who are more liable to get that low bounce shoot because of the way they bowl and their actions. There are few bowlers in DCL who constantly get these wickets, like because they are so accurate and just their action makes the ball really skid through at a really low bounce. And Parag is one of them. I think his action and the way he bowls makes the ball. Even Binod from our side, and then I know Jagan, my friend from in Stingers, he had that same kind of action. He always somehow got that, and I used to tell him, get the DCL ball out, because he had that knack of getting that. I don't know how to describe that, but it used to just never see the face of the earth. They just go around the earth and still be one bounce. So. Yeah, some bowlers I feel have that weird action or somehow have the knack of getting those balls more consistently than others.
Yeah, and they can do it on any pitch. It doesn't matter wet or thing.
Yeah. But in this game, I wanted to ask: is Sujan's name the longest name that we have seen in DCL? It reminds me of Chaminda Was. I think Chaminda Was had that huge name which he always referred. I don't know whether Sujan carries this long name even in his passport. I'm just wondering, like, how does he manage to kind of get his forms and everything filled up? That's a pretty long name.
Yep.
So the question is, what is the last name and what is the middle name?
And what is the first name?
I mean, you guys call him.
Everybody calls him Sujan, so I believe his name is Sujan. His name is Sujan.
Yeah, some people use their ancestral name or dad's name or even their village name. So I have no idea. Sujan is what I have been referring him to. So I have no idea what the other names stand for.
His name is Sujan. Yes, Venkata Satya Ganga Sujan is his name.
Okay.
But his call out name is Sujan.
By the way, I hope one of you guys are going to address the question which
Yes,
Devnath
I
posted.
was so Devnath's question is about the Thunderbolts versus MI Rangers game. We covered that game, but I think he brought up a point about, and I think we've talked about this or touched upon this. I think it was last week or the week before, and somebody had sent us a video also of a bowler suspected for chucking, and he
I
basically
think his question is more like when should he bring it up? I mean, if you
right.
like, I think yeah.
Ideally, batsman should inform the leg umpire, and leg umpire should judge it, right? Rather than people stepping into the ground. I understand. Captain can come once or twice and can discuss with umpire in the break, between the break of the over break, right? They can discuss like, can you monitor or something. But interrupting the game again, I'm not again into it where you can interrupt the game oftenly when even in the light, and that some situation can happen like a DL. But ideally, batsman should update to the leg umpire that he is chucking, and leg umpire should take the call. If umpires are not convinced, and that too, if the action, we did discuss about it, right? There are some actions, slight action, where
Yep.
opponent thing, those things, the umpire will also not take a. Somebody simply throwing is something that umpire can take a call, is what my understanding is.
Yeah, so I think the answer is yes, the batsman has a right to report to the leg umpire and the main umpire, but I think it should be during the break so that the umpires can discuss and monitor. They cannot basically stop the game and then have a discussion. It needs to be monitored and looked upon by the leg umpire, the umpire. But also on the other hand, whether the bowler can continue bowling, that's debatable, because I don't think the umpires on the ground, like you said, may not have the clear evidence that this bowler is chucking. It might be marginal, it might be suspect, unless it's absolutely like, yeah, this guy is like just standing there and throwing like baseball. Then you can basically call that out if it's that obvious, or if it's like pretty obvious. But this is a topic which I don't think ICC has even been able to solve. And Devnath says he wants to join our show and show us something for a couple of minutes. So Devnath, we might hold on to that. If we end up saving some time, we'll probably have you join our call. So let's make sure we finish our games. We are on schedule right now. Let's finish our games and our guests who are going to be here before we have you join the call. So stay tuned.
Last two games we can wrap up quickly.
Yep. So if you're listening, just stay tuned. All right.
Cheetahs versus Hitman, right?
Yes, Cheetah versus Hitman. This went to the wire, and I think this was something which we were discussing in the WhatsApp chat, because that 12 runs which Aditya Gopalan scored, were
that's
so valuable.
That is why for me
not
he was
just
the game
that,
changer
right?
of the way.
But but Hitman had no reason to be in that situation in the first place. But in that situation, I think Aditya Gopalan, he had support of Hitman, so both of them kind of did it together.
But he also took 4 wickets, Parthiv.
Right.
So
Yes.
that is why I felt that this guy won them the game. I felt Aditya Gopalan won Hitman a game which Hitman had no business winning, because for the most part Cheetahs were on top. And if you really look at it, when Aditya Gopalan came in, and you look at where the score was, can you go back? You're scrolling too much.
Yeah, it was 52 for 8.
Yes, and from there you are thinking that Hitman have lost the game, and then Aditya Gopalan and the other guy, take them to a victory.
Hitman.
You get my point? Yeah, Hitman, take them to victory.
Yeah,
I thought, but Aditya Gopalan also took 4 wickets, and if without that performance, there is no way Hitman is winning that game.
Absolutely, I think I went with Parag because of the sheer. The quality of the opposition. FCC, remember, they are semi-finalists from last year. Cheetahs and Hitman, I think, yes, Aditya won them a game. He got them out of a sticky situation. They should have won this game. Hitman should have won this game. Yes, they were in a sticky situation and he got them out. But I just went with Parag because of the sheer quality of the opposition, and where even the Titans and FCC game, it wasn't like one-sided. It's pretty close at one point of time before Parag and I think
we did
until
discuss, right?
60 runs it was
Victory
FCC
in
game.
97.
Until 60
Oh,
runs it
that-
was FCC game. Then it
Yeah.
got changed. So
yeah, it was pretty.
Yep.
Yeah, it
But
is not
if
as
you look at an
sensational.
all-rounder kind of a performance, right? If you look at an all-rounder kind of a performance who changed the complexion of the game, not just in batting but also in bowling, I think Aditya for me.
All right, let's put it this way. This was a very close one, 3-2. It was.
Yeah.
How close can it be? It can only be as close as this. 3 votes went for Parag and 2 votes went for Aditya. And my personal opinion was Aditya deserved it. I mean, not that Parag did not deserve it, but it's just that it, as Vamsi said, it was an all-round performance. And as far as I was concerned, without that performance from Aditya, Hitman would have been hit out of the park. They were not winning this game. That's how I look at it. But congrats, Aditya. It was a fantastic performance. Keep up the good work. But sorry that we can't give you the game changer of the week because
You are
somebody
close.
else. Yeah, you were very close, but it's like the slip between the cup and the lip.
Well, I
Unfortunately, there is a slip.
can only tell Parag, take him along with the
Yeah.
to eat at our hotel. What's the name? I forgot. Akshay Patra. Yes, take him along. Both of you guys go and enjoy lunch or dinner together.
Well, the inflation won't allow it, my friend. All right, let's move on to the next game. I was setting the
Yes.
platform for this game, right? You look at the
Yes.
scorecard pattern.
Oh, I see why that scorecard was set up. Now I see that.
Vamsi, you didn't you open last game?
I opened 2 games in a row, but I went 15 minutes late to this game,
Okay.
and because we did not have playing 11, so
Okay.
yep, that's the story. But talking about it, the pitch was so slow, so slow. You pitch it in the length areas, probably the ball is not even going to get to you, right? That's how slow the pitch was. But a guy in his 50s and a guy in his higher 40s, probably scored more runs than the entire team combined together. So Abhishek Penmatsa was phenomenal. He scored 47 runs in this game. Ajit supported him well. At the halfway stage, 65 for 1, 60 for 1. But from there, once we got to more than 100, dark horses, I think Pankaj was the only guy we were thinking about. But Pankaj got run out. It was a yes-no call, and he got run out, and it was all done after that.
So who keeps for GLCC nowadays?
Who keeps most of the time? It will be either Samish
Ajit. Oh,
or
Samish keeps
Ajit.
now?
If
Yeah.
when Ajit is not available, Samish keeps.
Oh.
Is
Yep.
there anything that guy cannot do?
So basically, Samish is becoming like the jack of all trades. Wherein, if we had fantasy, we would be picking Samish in every team because he's going to be he's doing what Parthiv Mehta used to do before. He is bowling, he's keeping, he is batting. I mean, and
I used to be at the top of the fantasy league because all the points were there.
Yeah. So Samish is turning into that. He's turning into.
All right, but
All right.
yeah, let's see if we can make Satya keep this week in our Michigan Cup game.
Make
You
Abhishek
want me
keep
to
up.
keep?
Make Abhishek.
Abhi is in India. Abhi Penmatsa. So
All right. I see Satish join the call. Satish, welcome. I know you've been here with us, so welcome back, I would say.
Thank you, everyone. Thanks, Parthiv, and thanks, everyone. Hello, everyone.
Hi, Satish.
All right. So you're right on time. We will be going into predictions very soon. But before that, let's congratulate our game changer of the week, Parag Karwade from Detroit Titans. I'm sure, Satish, you will convey this message. But if he's listening, then congratulations, Parag. Make sure you have a great meal. Take Aditya Gopalan if you can with you for lunch or dinner at Akshay Patra. All right.
Okay.
Why are
Sorry,
these
guys.
scores?
This
Oh,
one
yeah.
is not correct. It is 51. I did update, but it didn't show up here. Okay, 51, 53, Parthiv 55, me 51, and Viju 52. So me and Gaba is at 51, Viju at 52, KK 53, and Parthiv 55. So.
All right. 5 weeks in a row.
Okay, KK, just parallel fill it. Okay, so.
All right, no
Yes.
problem. If not for Satish Gama, I would have tied with, so I'll have my turn.
You took a wrong gamble, KK.
So MI Rangers, KRCC.
Probably.
So everybody goes to KRCC on this. I'll be just quick. So
this is going to be an easy game.
We need to develop a button where you just click or something like that, and en masse, all 5 people can be moved at one click.
Viju.
I'm giving suggestions.
FCC Dynamites. This is little bit tricky. So
yeah, I do think it is a tricky one.
Gaba goes Dynamites.
KK, my God, KK, very happy today.
KK, what you are doing?
I'll go with FCC.
You go with FCC.
Another gamble. Good job.
Parthiv.
Dynamites. I'll go with Vijay.
I go with FCC and Viju goes with FCC again.
Oh wow! So
3-2.
This 3-2. Nice. This should have been the game of the week then.
Yeah, this should have been. It's a close call here.
It's
a tough pick.
Yeah,
it's gonna be a good game, I think.
So
because they both are fighting for their 5th spot, right, for the playoff. So both the team has to win this game to get into the playoff race.
So, in this, it's everybody goes to Glads. So
easy.
And one thing, okay. This particular weekend, a lot of games are on the Sunday, and availability will be challenges for a lot of teams because of different tournaments, and commitment. So I think it will be fun to see playing 12 for a lot of teams.
So basically, nobody is giving Hawks any credit. They might have reached the quarterfinals of DCL.
But I think the reason is Red Devils. I mean, Safaris have improved a lot, and they've got quite a few weapons in their armory now. So it's not just the Vikram Reddy Golamari. Not Vikram Reddy.
You can give him credit.
Swarna.
Well, I like Swarna Rahul, right? So
it's a Swarna Rahul versus Golamari.
Yeah, Golden Boy versus Golamari. All right.
And Gagan Singh is in great form too.
Okay.
So the goalie versus the gold.
Yeah.
Poke race, Agni, everybody is on poke race. So
yeah, should be an easy.
So then is local boys, CDCC. So all are on local boys. So
local boys, yes. After what they beat us, I'm sure they are favorites. And against Cover Drive, I'm pretty sure. I mean, they would have beaten them either way. Bulls Spartans, okay.
Bulls Spartans, everybody on Bulls. So most of them say Phantom, Thunders, Indus Thunders, everybody. So Guardians, Titans, this also like Titans, everyone.
So Gabaji, were you laying the foundation that availability is an issue? Then we might switch the vote.
I managed, I told you, right? I managed the game. We managed the game.
Okay.
The Arts, Strikers.
I'm curious, what is Parthiv picking?
I'm picking Stars. Because this Stars is definitely going to be a tough one for us. I mean,
come on, Parthiv, come on. Where is the loyalty? You are the captain of the team.
I'm using this to challenge my team. Let's see if they can prove me wrong.
You're stealing my answers from last year. But I was not the captain anytime for FCC. You were for strikers.
Marvels, Dairya, most except me, I'm going with Marvels. So.
Oh, you might know Marvels more than
Wow.
us. I have no idea what Marvels is.
No, Marvels is the same guys who played with the Knockers a little bit, one or two guys. But all the three teams they played were very tough. I think this one might be the better. Yeah. So.
Wow. Yeah, I'm just going by with Dairya because I know a little bit.
You know
about
Ganesh, right? He played with Knockers. You know the Mohan.
Ganesh.
That Ganesh, he stays on the wicket a long time.
The guy who umpires a lot?
No, not him. Not him. No. In Knockers, he used to go third down or second down, third down somewhere.
He used to be the keeper.
Yeah, he also keeps. So.
Maybe I don't remember my name. Okay,
Ganesh,
let's see.
His name was Ganesh Kutti Murugan.
Yes.
Wow. Man, you're good with names.
So, in this, except Viju, everybody are going on Hurricanes.
Wow, Viju.
Oh my God, what happened to the Adarsh Nair?
Amazing Nair.
Amazing Nair.
Yeah, the amazing. I'm counting on rising stars doing some rising tricks. I don't know. I mean, it's just it was just one of those places where I felt I had to take a risk,
Gamble.
and I felt rising stars. I can take a gamble. I do not know. I mean, the smart play is to play Canton Hurricanes, but it's one of those places where I have to catch up somewhere.
Yeah.
This game also, I was surprised. I think somebody has selected Thunderbolts.
I did. This is what exactly Viju explained, right? I wanted to take a risk on the Thunderbolts because I think they have match winners. So let's see if they are able to get their team right, the complete team. I am still expecting Thunderbolts.
It depends when they are playing, Saturday or Sunday, right?
They are playing Sunday. Yeah, that's the problem. I'm not sure if they have the team, but otherwise they have match winners. Let's see.
Either Gababa is going to come back into the race or completely be left out in the oblivion.
Let's see.
The problem is when you are trailing, you are always forced to take more gambles.
Spider-Man को भी risk तो लेना पड़ता है.
Yeah.
Why don't you take a risk?
Okay.
Come on. You have to pick strikers against stars. Come on.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, that would have been a better gamble. Okay, Legends, Gujarat Lions. It comes to our showcase game of the week. Are we waiting for our guest Maulik?
Yeah, I texted him. Let me see. And okay, this Gaba goes to Lions. KK goes to Legends. Parthiv goes to Lions again.
Yes.
And I go to Legends, and Viju goes to Legends. So
wow,
pretty close.
Pretty close.
Yeah. The Maulik will be here in 2 minutes. He will join quick. So we'll start with Satish. Then.
Okay, Satish, you are pretty regular member of our talk show, so you know the drill. How we go about with this. So we're going to ask you a bunch of questions, and then have Maulik also answer a bunch of questions as well. So first things, I'll go first. Generally, since I start the discussion. So SLCC Legends, I see Harish playing a lot of the games. I know we started in April, so that gave you a little bit of cushion. But is that going to be seen throughout the next phase of the games? As we move into the June and July, is Harish going to be a feature in the team?
Yes, I mean his priority is DCL this season for sure.
Okay, awesome. And talk to us about any new faces in SLCC Legends this year.
I mean, not new faces.
Or maybe let me rephrase. Anyone who you are pleasantly surprised with this season?
I mean, there is no such surprise.
No, my friend, you are surprised. You are bowling and you are taking wickets. I want you to get that guy's center stump out. Show him how to dance on the crease.
Yes, so Satish, talk to us about that. That is a surprise. We were just talking on the show. I was surprised that you are bowling so regularly. I haven't seen you bowl. So is this a hidden talent that has been exposed now with the new leadership?
No, it's not actually a surprise because basically I got an opportunity to bowl because we don't have the fifth bowler there in that match. Praveen being out in India. And moreover, the pitch condition was a little damp. And then team believed me that my bowling style will suit in that pitch condition, and then they offered me. They pushed me, in fact. And on top of it, I'm also spending some efforts since last winter. I'm spending some efforts in terms of practice. I'm more practicing in bowling as well. That actually helped me.
Okay, I'm going to ask an impromptu question, which is based on today, this discussion going on. So, if you were the captain and you were facing some bowler who has a suspect action, what would you do in that situation, match situation? Obviously, your team is batting, so you are facing a bowler who has a suspect action. What would you do as a captain?
There is nothing to think. Let me tell you, the suspect action is that guy only. The guy who's asking you the question has the suspect action. Okay. What would you do if you played strikers and the suspect action guy comes? Okay.
Yeah. I'll try to compare that bowler with other bowlers, right? Who already does the same thing in many other teams. So if he is within the threshold, I would not infer anything there. I'll just leave it. If it is beyond the threshold, if it's top of the line, maybe I'll just try to object it.
Okay. Would you? What would you expect the umpires to do in that situation?
I'm not sure how umpires can take a call that way. If an umpire is pretty long, he's playing in DCL. If he knows most of the team players who bowls the DCL, maybe they'll take a wise call. I think so. But if an umpire is a new player who doesn't know much, and maybe he might have a cricket background, maybe he might step forward and say he's not allowed to bowl. That's what I'm thinking.
I want to just tweak this question, Parthiv. What if some captain oppose your bowler who is regularly bowling?
Yep, works that way also.
Yeah, suppose your ex-bowler who is regularly bowling throughout the season, and for example, I came into the ground as a captain and I said this bowler is chucking, and I was forcing umpires to take a call on that.
Okay.
Would you be the Rana Tunga of DCL? Okay,
yeah,
be the Rana Tunga of DCL.
So how we are just discussing so that we can think about certain things. You are again a very senior member of the DCL, and so if we need to come up, we need to think from both the situation where you are objecting and someone is objecting on your regular bowler. Say Guru, anyone.
So let me pick two names here, right? I'll go with Viju sir because he's very well known in DCL. He's seen many bowlers how they bowl from pretty long time, and I assume that he's one of the umpire for that game. And then I pick you yourself as a new umpire, right? You may be coming very fresh to Michigan, and then you're playing the first season of DCL. You don't know many bowlers how they bowl in the previous seasons, but you have a lot of cricket background. You got a lot of knowledge from the cricket, right? So now, since those two are officials, so obviously you might be the person who is objecting, right? Because the other team complained it, and then you're going to take a call saying that he's not allowed to bowl. So from my end, I'll try to convince. I'll show my stats from the previous games that this bowler is bowling for pretty seasons, many seasons, without any objection. I'll still try to convince, but ultimately it's going to be whoever is officiating that game. Umpires are the two officials, so it's their call. We'll have to respect their call, their decision. I'm going to stop bowling him in that game.
If umpire objects.
Yes, exactly. But I'll try to convince them by showing the previous game stats. If they listen to my convincing factor, I'll be happy. Otherwise, I'll give respect to the umpire's decision.
Yeah, good to know that.
So you wouldn't do what Rana Tunga did? Just walk off the field.
What is that? I don't know what Rana Tunga did.
For Murli, that famous episode, right? famous
Okay.
episode of Muralidharan being called for no bowling, and he called the whole team out. They didn't want to play anymore.
I mean, so maybe that for that level of cricket, maybe it works out for him. But for us, what we are playing this tournament, this cricket, right? I mean, Michigan, as you know, the weather is the key thing here. We enjoy the cricket only for a few months, so why to waste the time of it? So I mean, if I have enough bowlers in my bench, I mean, I'll try and use it, and then I'll hold for that game, and then I'll use him in the next game where that umpire is not showing up.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. We have our other captain from Gujarat Lions, Maulik. If you
Yes,
can
sir.
please come in the light.
He's in the car, I think.
We can't
Yeah,
see
I'm in
you
the car.
properly. Okay.
You're in car, but
Okay, this is better.
I thought your Tesla can handle everything and light up the place like anything.
The
Change the
Tesla gone.
Correct. I'm in a
It's
truck, not in a
150.
Tesla.
150.
All right. So you are just in the nick of time. I was just finishing up my questions with Satish, now with Gujarat Lions as you as the skipper. So, Maulik, tell me, how does it feel to lead a team? I know you've been with a lot of teams. You've been a core member of a lot of teams. But now that you're leading, how is it different?
Not much. I mean, lead plenty other games and teams, this and that. Little headache, but it is what it is.
Okay. So
It's
hopefully you are
quite a
enjoying.
bit responsibility.
Hopefully you are enjoying and it's not impacting your batting.
It will impact a little bit, but I'm trying not to. I'm trying not to, try to change a little zone when I come to batting. Instead of worry about who should what, this and that. It's challenging. We're learning as we go,
Okay. Obviously, we are going to ask you about the most obvious question that everybody is waiting for. How did you get Ronak Patel?
How?
How
I mean,
did you get Ronak?
It was easy. I was the one who got him to the Glad anyway, so it wasn't much challenge. But at the end of the day, it's his decision, right? Where he loves to play. So
Nice. Okay, because I think we were all itching to find out how did you get him to get out of Glads after about 15 years? How many years has he played for Glads?
I don't think it's 15 years. I don't
Not
think. No.
Since I have been playing, I've always seen him with Glads. So close to 10 years, I would say then. Anyways, all right. I will now shut up and let others ask because I know we are running short on time as well. So you guys chime in. Satish bhai, if you want to go.
So I think my question I'll go with Satish first. So do you know, right, this Woodhaven, you are playing in the Woodhaven, obviously. And that is the home ground for my dear friend, Maulik.
I don't think so, Garbage is like that. But let me show you.
So what is your preparation? Because I know the Gujarat Lions, you must have seen Gujarat Lions in a different format, right? FCC mostly they play. This is the first year in the DCL, and there are a lot of new combination. I would say there are new combination, and when I see as a captain to make a strategy, it is tough to make a strategy with the new combination when there are surprises, right? They just play 2-3 games, and what kind of resources and when they will be using is not very certain at this point. At least for me, it is not very certain. So what is your strategy and how you are planning to tackle Gujarat Lions in the coming weekend?
I mean, the strategy is the same, right? Every team would be going with, especially when we are fighting with the big teams like this, and then we'll try to focus on the main players. If I had to focus on their strength, their main players are the batting strength. At least Maulik, I know for sure how he plays. We don't want him to stay long in the inning crease. That's one thing we want to take him control at the beginning stage. And the second player, we're going to focus on the Ronak as well. And I seen scorecards of Gujarat Lions from the previous games. A couple of names are there. So we more than the strategy, we would implement from our strength, which is our bowling attack. And so luckily, our full core strength in bowling is available for this game. Praveen is back from India, so that actually adds more strength to our bowling attack. So that's one strategy I would say. We are going to bank on our bowling attack with their batting strength. So we'll be focusing on their batting, and then in coming to Gujarat Lions bowling. So Roni Patel is a key person, I would say. He's very tricky. We would need to play him out very carefully. So that's our batting strategy. Nothing much. So we just have to play carefully, especially when we're playing big teams like this.
Okay, I have another question not related to this game in general. Basically, based on the last weekend game where Stars you played as a Star. I always find Legend has a better bowling side when we compare. In general, when we compare, right, you are a better bowling side unit. Comparatively, you are batting. I have seen your batting struggling here and there, but bowling was always on the top notch. But I always see that you have a lot of bowlers in your bucket always. But I was surprised, specifically in this season, and you also mentioned that you do not have the sixth bowler if Praveen is not around, right? And even the last game, I felt Chetan Bobli was not supposed to bowl. I have never seen bowling in the Legend. Probably, maybe just my miss, but his bowling is 4 overs. So was that a strategy that you wanted to go with the five bowler, or you did not even have a six bowler in your unit? If Praveen is not around, or suppose somebody, it's a long tournament, right? I do not want anybody to get injured, but are you still playing with the limited five bowlers, your regular bowler, and then somebody is not available, you will patch in with something, or you have bowler, or you did not explore, or the availability was the issue? I just wanted to understand because I find Legend is the finest bowling. I always give a finest bowling side in the DCL. So can you throw some lights on your this year combination, specifically on the bowling side?
We still have our core strength in the bowling. There is no attrition there. On top of it, we added Chaitanya. Yeah, yes, he's a good bowler. There is a bit of variation in his bowling action that actually helps with our bowling. On top of him, we added one more person, Nitin Parsa. You would have seen him in a few games in Patriots in the last season. So he's yet to start his games with the Legends this season. Probably from next week he's going to start. These two additions, we definitely see, it's actually a good addition to our bowling attack. And Chaitanya Vapuli, yes, for sure, he's an experienced T-ball bowler. He played last season Troy Hawks, I believe, and he regularly play other leagues as well with the Western Chargers team, I guess. It was not. I mean, he's part of the bowling strength on Stars game. And in fact, we had another bowler where we did not use him on that day because of the weather conditions. He wasn't that comfortable to bowl, so we did not use him. So we had 6 bowlers for the Stars game.
Okay, I'll move it to Maulik. So, first of all, Maulik, congratulations for building a strong team. I think I'm looking forward to all the new addition. Fighter and Gujarat Lions are making a huge impact in the league, and I wish you I'll wish you all the best, for the remaining of the game. But my question is to you, as you are a new unit, how confident? What is your confidence level with the bowling unit and a batting unit? Where you are more confident at this point, and where do you think that you still need to work upon or work with your players?
Mainly will be Gabaji. Bowling, I think I have it. Mainly, I have to work on a batting where we need to play 25 over, and I have a bunch of new guys gelling in this and that. So mainly, I'm working on a batting. Bowling, DCL is automatically bring pressure to the other teams. Doesn't matter. If you give me 80, 90, 75 something, I can defend it. I just need decent bowlers. So I'm mainly working on batting. That's my biggest thing.
Okay. Another thing not related to your captaincy about your player. Before, in this particular show today, we were talking about a lot of players who have changed their batting style. Okay. And because I'm playing with you from a very long time now, I've seen you being very fearless with the batting to now taking a lot of responsibility, taking a lot of time to settle down and then try to get going. Right. So can you just let us know about that transform and what made you to go in that particular situation? Like why did you change your playing style?
See, I used to play for Glare, right? And the team where we have plenty of guys where I don't have to worry about staying none of that. I mean, because we have Arjun, Ronak, full of pack. Glad the way we build the team. It was like you don't have to worry about it. You play your game, you'll enjoy, and we have Arjun Ajmani always took a responsibility. And then we got a Ronak, and so glad it was very flexible. When I joined a Raptor was my biggest upset because yes, blaming each other people, this happened, that happened, but then I start taking responsibility on myself. I'm like, what if I could have done a little better? It will help team automatically, right? And then after Raptor joining KRCC, only thing we were missing is somebody to stay at the wicket. Everybody want to play their game and this and that, but nobody want to take a responsibility. So then I stood up, and plus one thing for sure, where myself was focusing on a business and then going to play cricket, and I'm like, man, if I'm going, I need to play serious. I can't just go and have fun and whatever. I don't want to play whatever type of cricket. If I'm dedicating my time, I need to really produce something, make impact, and slowly learning, and taking more responsibility myself. I don't care who's behind me, who's not, who's batting, who's not. Let me do what I need to do, and let me do 500% what I need to do, and that improves day by day, type of stuff. And that's the only thing I did. Nothing much. Just take a responsibility myself, and day by day, I was just competing with my own self. That's it. Not nobody else. Just compete within my own self, improve every time. Correct the mistake, and over and over again, just keep trying your best.
Yep. I personally enjoying this transformation, okay? Because specifically for the DCL kind of game, the way you are playing is the best suits, and I think it will help your team for the longer run. So all the best to you and Satish. I'm done with it. KK bhai and Viju bhai, over to you.
All right, I'll start with Maulik. Maulik, first of all, congratulations for coming back into form. I think you are the orange cap holder for the Winter Cup, and now you have put a team for DCL. You started well. Now, my question to you is: you for the Spring Cup, you played together with legends, right? So when you go into this game, what kind of an environment can we expect? Is it going to be a harakiri, or is it going to be a very friendly game?
Definitely, I have a lot of respect for Satish and the team. And first thing I thought, I'm like, man, make sure I be there before 8:45 to claim a toss. Any game I go, that's my intention, right? But Satish, no, I'm not. That's not my intention at all. I'm like, no, man, let's just be at there 9. Let's take our time. It's just Satish. I mean, let's have fun. And Legend, and it wasn't only Legend, right? It was Indus as well. And Vijay, I think he's the one he put the team, I think. But anyway, Satish, it was 50-50, Legend and Indus, and then me, Ronak, and Ronnie, which Ronak didn't play most of the games, but he was there too. So
I'm talking
it's
about
gonna
the
be good,
Spring Cup.
friendly game.
Sorry,
Yes,
I was
yes,
referring
yes.
to the Spring Cup, right? Not the Winter Cup.
Oh, okay.
The outdoor
I mean,
tournament.
Spring Cup, it wasn't much. I mean, it was a Legend for sure, but it wasn't no Harish, no Narne, no Guru. It wasn't like that. It was their SSL Guardians team were there. So I was just there to practice at the same time, support whatever I can. And it was good experience. These guys are great, man. You love to play anytime. They're awesome. Like, I never had to text twice whenever I want to play any tournament. And I just once text Satish, and that's it. There's no need to confirm none of that. When you text it, you in a group. That's it. You playing. And that's how it is to play with Satish. He's such a jam of a guy. And before even putting Gujarat land, my preference was to play for him, to tell you, in DCL too. This didn't happen, but so, that was my preference.
All right. My follow-up question is: when you go into this game, will there be harakiri? Will you be sledging the opposition, or will you take it easy and would it be a simple game?
Nope.
No
I
to
haven't
what?
sledged nobody, to tell you truth. Since I left Glad, and no, I haven't sledged anybody. I just do focus on my plan. That's it.
Okay, not you. You're responsible for 11 other guys.
Yeah, I don't think so. Just maybe Ishan, but he doesn't sledge. It's just that he get into too much into the game. But other than that, I don't think so. Anybody will. Pretty mature guys, I don't think so. We don't have nobody. No, we don't have no kid playing, to tell you the truth.
All right.
like legends. I never heard anything. So sometimes it happens when other people respond and back and forth, right? But legend, pretty good, cool guys. They know what to do. I don't like play with them plenty of time, play against them plenty of time, and not a single issue. Tell you the truth.
All right.
It will be a friendly game for sure. Go ahead.
Yep. Next question is, in 2021, you were the top scorer, right?
Yes.
And your team lost in the finals. You were the runner-up.
Yes, sir.
In 2022, you played with the same team, and the team went on to win the tournament. You did not have a great season, but yes, your team won the tournament. Okay. And you did also mention that if you do not have Gujarat Lions, you would have joined SLCC Legends. Right?
Yeah.
What went wrong? What do you want to tell our viewers? Why a premium player like Maulik Patel, who has been in the last two finals, come out, wanted to play for some other team, but then later decided, let's have my own team?
No, nothing went wrong, to tell you true. It was my own decision. I just wanted to compete with myself, and nothing went wrong. It's just that, sometimes when you do enjoy, after some
not sure.
Breaking up. I can't hear him.
Yeah, even I can't hear him. I think it's breaking up.
Yeah, hello, guys. Sorry.
Yeah, now you're back.
I'm almost. Can you hear me better?
Yes.
Yeah, better now.
Yeah. So what I was saying is nothing, KK, other than just I couldn't perform well, and I was really very, very mad, to tell you true. But things wasn't just working, and it was just, I'm talking about myself. I tried my best, of course. But yes, I'm happy that I won with Yogi Bhai, Justin, and them. And that was my thing. My goal was to, let's this. Since Gabaji and all them left, they were my good friends, and I was enjoying with them more and stuff. And after some time, it was just Yogi Bhai and just need even few games. They don't come here and there, and wasn't having much fun. And that's the only reason. Other than that, nothing. I mean, I was happy that I won the cup for Yogi Bhai, which he was trying for a long time. And it happens. He makes the move what he needs to make it happen, and it was fun.
All right. So it's more about the people around in the team.
Yes,
with whom
of
you
course.
wanted to
Anywhere we play,
Okay.
you gotta enjoy. Yes. If I had to play for any stranger, I would not. I would play with my guys, even if it's
Really appreciate those honest answers, Maulik. Now I'll move on to Satish. Thanks again, Maulik. And Satish, numerous times we keep on asking you tough questions, and you answer those. But today's question to you is very specific to the skipper now, Praveen. Right now, we have played 3 games so far, and without Praveen, we could see that difference in the Stars game. Now there is a very big game coming up, and I know you guys practiced today. What do you think? What is your assessment? Is Praveen game ready? Because he has not played any games this season outdoor. Is Praveen game ready? Do you think? What is his mind space?
Yeah, he's definitely ready. Okay, so in fact, we just came out from the practice session. In fact, we did a more practice, batting as well today. So, and over the long weekend as well, we played a practice game within ourselves who is available in the town. So he's getting back into the rhythm. I know he had a pretty long vacation, like five weeks in India. He's bouncing back with the practice session, and then he's getting ready for the weekend.
That's good to know. And in the previous game, when you were playing FCC, Agni, I see a new player in your team. Do you want to tell us something about it?
Oh yeah, so his name is Sean Parkinson. He is basically Jamaican. He approached in the social media, and thanks to Jagakonda, who volunteered to refer that person to me. So he's basically Jamaican, and then he's a passionate cricketer like all of us, who we all, I mean, pretty much we all used to play like a gully cricket kind of thing back in India. Only few of us would have played a good amount of leagues back in India. Similar way, looks like he played a few leagues in Jamaica, and then the way he introduced himself, he was a schoolmate or classmate with Andrew Russell and Connie
Man.
So he's getting used to it, but he's a good charm in leather ball for sure. He's playing with our club in leather ball, but T-ball, this is a different ball game. So he's getting practice to it, and then the more, good thing about him is he's showing interest to this game, this T-ball, and then he's coming all the way to every practice session every week, Wednesday from Detroit downtown to here, and he will be the first person to come to the ground. So we like his passionate to the cricket, so we want to entertain him or encourage him in this league. So even
if he's 1/10 of Dre Russ, I think we are up for it, man. If he's 1/10 of Dre Russ.
Yeah,
I think Parthav is already shaking about his choice this week.
I mean, it's tough for him. I know he's struggling to understand this ball for sure in the practice sessions. The way this ball bounces, and then he's struggling. But there is an improvement in every session, right? There's almost he passed like 3 sessions so far, 3 weeks, and there I can see some improvement. But one thing for sure, if you bowl to him to the body, like if it is a cleaner, it's going beyond the park. That's the pressure he has.
So do not not bowl full tosses to him. Those are going out of the ground.
You can forget about the ball. That's the way he slogs the ball.
Wow.
Yeah, but I don't know how much he'll groom in the T-ball, but we don't know what future is going to be. But he's very passionate about cricket. He comes every training session, and he wants to play more games. So we will see how we groom him.
Nice.
All right. And the next question, or my final question to you, Satish, is: can we expect to see you bowl more? Now you got a 3-4, now you got a 5-4 in the last 1 month, and Parthiv doesn't know that you bowl. You already have more than 100 wickets.
He sent me the video of his Spring Cup. I was watching it, man.
Yeah, since you asked for it, how I bowl, I sent you a reference copy. So that's not my call. That's my captain's call. If he believes me that my services are needed for that game, definitely I'm there to provide my services. But to tell you all, that's my own passion to improve my fitness. Whenever I go to practice, I always bowl to everyone to improve my fitness. That's one main thing. The second point is I'm practicing more bowling for Masters cricket. I'm actually playing Masters cricket for US affiliation. So where I play that leather ball, pink ball, 45 overs in Houston. So I'm practicing more bowling there. That actually helped me to bowl in T-ball as well. Maybe my style of bowling maybe is helping out with this T-ball, the slow variation helping out. So I was lucky to get those 5 wickets. Of course, there are some efforts put down there.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Satish. I think I'm done with my questions. I'll now hand it over to Viju for the rest of the show.
Yeah. Right.
Well, Maulik was absent. We didn't hear that Satish has Dre Russ in his team now. Satish.
Don't worry, he's not playing this weekend.
Okay,
fine. Yeah.
All right, Viju, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, Satish, first of all, congrats on the way in which you conduct yourself, the way you answer questions, and the way you have conducted your team, and how you've been a great asset to the league over the last several years. If there were a model team or a model person for other people to emulate, I would refer them to you and say, go and follow that guy. He does all things well. So just wanted to say that out. You play fair. But let me ask you this question. What went wrong against the Stars? When you look back, what went wrong?
So the batting strength, as you all know, the Legends, we always struggle with the batting. That's been a challenge for many seasons. Every season we try to improve, at least from the players, what we retain every year with the core strength. Apart from the main few names where they bat very confident, in every game. But I try to improve within our talent, and apart from that, I try to every season I try to at least recruit the batsmen. That's what I approached Maulik as well this season. I wanted him to play with me this season just because he will help me with batting squad. But luckily, maybe his luck is with him. No, I'm happy for his Gujarat Lions club. So I'm always happy, and I wish him good luck there. But I always look for the batting strength where I lack there. So that's the problem there. But the good point in that day game, we were like 55 for 8, if I'm not wrong. And from there, Srikanth and Chaitanya, they pulled the game really well without giving any more wicket. And then they scored like 25 runs, which added like 78. And being under lights game, we felt that 78 is a good total with our bowling strength, where our strategy to pick up the main batsmen and in the roster, we actually bowled according to our strategy. Only thing is, at this moment, I want to blame it on the weather conditions. It was too cold when we came to our field. Our fielders couldn't keep their hands outside of the weather conditions. A few fielders were freezing, and then we had to drop few catches there. I don't want to blame. I just want to blame it on the conditions. I can only think of that, but I can say one thing for sure: the fighting spirit everybody gave in that game, it was amazing, and I don't have any regrets in losing that game. And I'm very happy to steal that one bonus point.
Well, let me ask you then, what do you have to do to fix some of the batting woes? Do you have to change their approach to the game, or do you think they have to change their style, or do you think that they are too over defensive? Because I saw Harish back 2-3 years ago, he seemed to be a lot more free flowing, and now it goes back to what KK was saying. You play in this league for a couple of years, and suddenly people tend to become over defensive.
Mm-hmm.
So my question is, do you have to change the style, or do you have to fix something else to fix some of the problems? Because obviously the batting is underwhelming at this point.
Yep.
I mean, if I have to look at the legends and I have to tell, I can assure you that almost anybody will say put 100 runs on the board or even 90 runs on the board. Most probably legends will not be able to score that. So I'm sure Maulik is probably, that's probably what he's going to be targeting too. I mean, obviously none of us, all of us are reasonably smart, and nothing is such an open secret. I mean, these are all open secrets, I would say. So that's my question to you.
Yeah. So from the core strength, who are our always go-to batsmen, they always have their shoulders will be always up, especially when they play the big games like this. In fact, the Stars game, very few players, they were playing very confident with the bowling attack, what Stars were throwing at us. We always, I at least personally, whenever talk to them, I tell them nothing to change on their batting strength. Always, they need to just build the confidence, especially on the big games. But the newcomers, whoever is there to groom the batting, that's when I throw out. I suggest them to practice more, practice always. So that's one key point, which will get the value addition to your batting skill as well as to the team, right? To put some runs. Our approach is simple. At least my approach to them, I always tell them not to hurry or rush the things as soon as you get into the bat. Just hold your breath there. At least try to score minimum 10 runs from your end, right? So that's a strategy that we are following. Few games it may click, few games it may not. We need to still work out on that. The approach, we are not changing a lot, right? We don't want to change, and we never say within ourselves to be too defensive. We definitely want to respect the good ball, irrespective of if it's a good bowler or a bad bowler. We definitely want to punish the bad ball.
Well, these guys have pretty much asked a lot of the questions which I had in mind, kind of a thing. So that's the downside of going last, kind of a thing. But let me switch to Maulik. Maulik, lot of things on your plate, but I'm so happy to see you. Let me tell you that. Always enjoy seeing you and especially smiling. So let me ask you a question. On the committee, this is a new challenge which you've taken up this year. What's been the biggest challenge being on the committee? I mean, obviously you have three of those guys who are on the committee on this panel too. So what's been your biggest challenge which you have observed being
Can
on?
I answer that, Viju? The number of notifications, the number of WhatsApp notifications that he sees the next day. Hundreds.
He's thinking.
No, I was letting KK to finish.
No. Go ahead.
No, biggest challenge is I wish I could give more time. And other thing is, within committee, we all good. It's easy to work with them, everybody. They're all nice. They're doing what they need to do. And, KK is the one, Kabaji, Parthiv, Jagan, Vijay, they're pretty good. My job is not that much to tell you other than just make sure finance is good. But the biggest challenge, Viju, is I think DCL family not understanding and opposing a lot of things. New things, basically, I wish they could make easier for us and understand where we're coming from, especially when it comes to reschedulings, any little implement, adding profile pictures and few small things I wish they could understand and work with us instead of just, opposite a lot of things, which I don't much deal with it, but yes, it's sometimes it's like, man, like last game, right? Cancellation. We have nice rule written there. You must go to the ground, play 18 over. Until there, you can't decide anything, right? And I always
you know the rule which I used to have, which is that
yes,
no matter what the weather condition is, you have to show up.
Show up. That's it.
No matter what it is, I remember.
Yep.
Yeah. No matter what it is, I don't care what it is. Saying you have to show up.
Even Arjun callers, man, it's raining here. Can I come? You must come, my friend. Otherwise, we're gonna lose the ball. We're disappointed. That's why I tell this guy too, man. Let them go to the ground. Do not cancel anything. If there is a rule, 18 over. IPL was waiting to play some overs too, right? They like, why, man? Why not? And it's a lot of work to rescheduling plus umpiring, this and that. It's not easy. Plus, we're trying to grow. We try to conduct a lot of other tournaments too. We want to move on from the DCL so we can conduct other stuff, right? I wish these guys understand. It's a lot of work, and that's the most challenge. And other than that, new experience, learning something new, and I know you guys made my job easier. What I mean by that is, people know me from Glad. Otherwise, they didn't know me, and made a lot of connections, a lot of networking, and now here I am. Parthy for so many years. Gabaji, Jagan, Vijay is we learning. Learning. It's especially a lot of help from Parthy, Jagan, and our other folks where doesn't have to do much. They take care of all the, especially Parthy, take a lot of communication. This group. Man, that's the tough one. I lose my patience sometimes when somebody says something in the group. I'm like, man, I want to say something, but we can't do that, right? We gotta respect everybody's opinion, because that's the DCL all about, right? It's people league. It's not just a committee make a decision and it will happen. So,
next question, Maulik. What challenges are you facing as a new skipper? I mean, now remember, all these years was different, and now you formed a team from scratch, and there are pieces which have come in and things like that, and now there is expectations, and there are people. You're going to face many things which I faced over the years, kind of a thing. Everybody has their own individual opinion, but again, what is what you think is best for the team, kind of a thing. Go ahead.
See, I did manage other team as well, so it's not a big issue. But DCL is only issue because of the scheduling, classing games, plus my most two game, which was important, especially this game. It come to Sunday. I was happy that man Saturday game is gonna be everybody's available. We'll have fun, but doesn't look like it. So just clashing other scheduling. Other than that, it's easy. Like umpiring, there is no issue. I have a lot of people they come willingly. They put their name for umpirings and comes ground setups, practice. This young fellows who's with me in my team right now, they're pretty supportive. They're there. Just have to make one call, things happen. Like I stand availability tonight, tomorrow is packed. Everybody's responded.
Enlighten us on some of these young guys. Let's throw the spotlight on them. That's what one of the things on the show is, to highlight these young guys who are doing great for you, but obviously not recognized by most people in the league. I wanted to ask about one particular player, but I'll reserve that name till you come out with some of your names.
See, I can't just give one name because right now.
No, I'm not asking you for one name. The bunch of names who you said, who are doing some outstanding job for you.
See, I have especially I have Ronak, Ronnie, plus I have Shivam. Like entire my team, basically the Brownstown core, where Nitesh comes, Vishal comes, Chirayu comes, Utkars comes. There's a KU guy. Whoever's so far been playing and played, they all are pretty helpful. If anything, I just have to send one. Tarun Bhai is there. They all willingly take the responsibility, and individual comes and I don't have to. They let me know way ahead of a time what's their plan, and even if I say no, we got to move this way, they're ready to do it, and so it was good.
Ophir has been bowling great. He's been reminding me of the old Ophir.
We just had a practice with you. We just had a practice, okay? I'm hitting a shot, and Ophir try to catch it, and he's diving on the mud right there. I'm like, Ophir, chill. It's just a practice. Don't hurt yourself. I need you. What is he? He's just like old Ophir. He's the same way.
Okay, nice so tell me. Obviously, you're doing much better with him than Brownstown was able to get out of Ophir. What's the magic?
Just giving him more opportunity, and I'm letting him fly the way he wanted. Not much. Sometimes you don't want to. Like he knows what he's doing, right? He's a cricketer. He knows how he's bowling. He played for us in England. So I'm just letting. The way I'm doing is according to who's bowling what. I'm setting things up accordingly, and it's working out. I can't change much bowler actions, the way they're bowling, the way people are batting, but I'm going the way they're doing it, and let's do accordingly the way they're batting or they're bowling type of stuff. And it's working out so far. I'm happy for Ophir. He's doing great, and giving him some challenges and giving him some opportunities. I have a lot of expectation for him. Saying bye.
I know that we need to get to Devnath too, so I'm going to keep it short. Who's your biggest surprise player? Who's your biggest surprise player? No. I mean, I'm talking about. Hey, this guy has turned out much better than I ever expected. Somebody who blew your mind away. Like, you have expectations for everybody, but there is somebody who's coming out and somehow for you it's like, man, this is much better than I expected.
If somebody named Nilkant Patel, if he could really, this is his first season, and somebody.
Nilkant Patel.
Yes,
Nilkant.
Oh, yeah, that's the guy I was going to ask you about. He looks a bit like, who is this guy? KL Rahul. Is it?
I don't know. I don't know about that, but man, the first game he came and he played, and man, the way he dived for the catch, and his batting action and this and that. Thanks to Richard Patel, he's the one who suggested me. As his friend.
Okay.
I haven't got much from him yet.
Okay.
But he comes from Canada, man, and his commitment is very, very good.
Okay. Where in Canada is he coming from?
Windsor.
Oh, Windsor. Okay, so it's just across the
border. Not much.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you took away my question. I was going to ask you about Nilkant Patel, but that's where I was going to. Okay, who was your biggest surprise player? Something this thing. Also, they have talked to you about the changed batting style, which is obviously more has to do with the circumstances, where you're now taking on more responsibility. So you feel you have to stay at the wicket, kind of a thing. But which Maulik Patel are we going to see against these guys?
Same as Satish has been seeing me.
I'm talking about the explosive Maulik Patel, or the Maulik Patel who is now under the burden of responsibility of carrying the team on his back.
So that's gonna be a game situation. People decide that what freedom I will get.
Okay. Will we
I mean,
see
it's a
you
one
opening? Will we see you opening the batting this season at some point?
I did open last week. I mean, last few weeks back. My third game, I did open.
I mean, in a critical game like this.
Depend on my player availability. Who's available, who's not. Depend on that.
Okay.
You know, how much luxury I have not, and who's I'm playing. Like the game I was playing last, I know that I would have. Me and Ronak will finish the game, so I'm like, let me try something with the Dhoni and stuff. So, but yeah, depends.
While I have you on to this thing, let me finish it off by saying that one of the finest hitting displays I ever saw was against Icons. It was 11 balls, 33 runs by Maulik Patel. It was a 300 plus strike rate. It was amazing hitting. I have not seen hitting like that in DCL. But I'm sorry that the Icons had to face the brutality of Maulik Patel. He only got 11 balls, but he absolutely smashed the ball. It was probably around 35 runs or something like that in that 11 balls. It was over 300 strike rate. It's one of the best memories that I have of Maulik Patel. I always enjoy seeing that kind of carefree hitting and everything hit out of the park. But thanks to Satish and thanks to Maulik for coming on the show. Thanks for highlighting your teams. And that's one of the goals of the show, is to bring more recognition to the stars and the players who are playing on their respective teams. All the best to both of you guys. This thing put on a show. Obviously, the analysts, it's as close as it can get, 3-2 in favor of Legends. But all the best.
Yeah. All right.
And now,
you guys are...
I'll hand it over to Parthiv. You've got your other guest, Mr. Devnath.
Yes, we have Mr. Devnath. But before we go to Mr. Devnath, I wanted to say you guys are very, very goody to each other. Ek dusre ka, as we say in Hindi, lal kar rahe ho. But I wanted to ask... but
what do you mean, Parthiv?
I wanted to ask
This
Maulik,
guy's
is Viju going to be uncomfortable next year too? Who is the next glass guy you are approaching?
See, Parthiv, I played a lot of T-ball tournament with only glass guys, right? Only DCL that I wasn't playing with them. Otherwise, any format you pick, I play with them. So what I do is, anywhere I put the team, my first preference to approach is guy who I love to play with, and they are great guys, right? So
okay, so you are saying he should be worried.
I mean, if you are, look, as a skipper, you should be worried all the time. Anybody can do a run-up from
Okay.
Of course, right?
On that note, we'll stop that. He should be worried. So we know what that means.
Parthiv, what you have to understand is that I am retired from the game. It doesn't matter at this point, right? For me, on a lot of things. The guy who should be really worried is Satya, right?
Satya, where is Satya? Satya has already gone underground. He's already got, I think, on his sponsor. All right. On that fun note, let's go to Devnath. Thank you for joining us, Devnath. I know you have a question for us. So we are running short on time. So I would request you to have your question.
I think he wanted to show us something. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. I thought you wanted to show us something.
I did actually send out a video on the same day. I think when the match was actually happening, every one of you were in the prime time show.
Right.
And what I still ended up calling Parthiv, and he disconnected the call. I know the problem is because he was actually in the prime time. But yeah, so So yeah, because that's the only
You did call me.
Only group.
Okay.
Yeah, I did call you through WhatsApp.
Okay.
So, but anyway, I'm not here to complain on you, but just giving a statement here. So yeah, what I was actually saying is I'm just only in the primetime group where that's the only option I had to reach you all at a point. So yeah, and here just want to say that I am actually talking as a DCL participant, not as a Thunderbolt player, because this is something that I've been seeing for quite a while, because it's more like old times gender diversity, because a man can do anything. That's like a batsman. A batsman is like a man who can do anything, and a bowler is like he can only do certain things. It's like a women, because women is bound to actually have some. Anyway, it's in the old times I'm talking about, not about the recent conditions. And yeah, so yeah, and I have to really appreciate what Bellamakonda's statement was here, because he did actually say that even though I'm actually backing the player, it's the umpire's decision where he should actually take a call. And also, and one statement that I'm actually hearing all the time is when I've been for quite a few umpiring, is like when the batsman team brings in saying that says that this guy is tucking, and there'll be one common statement by everyone saying that no, this guy has been doing this for years, and how can you say that is a tucking? Someone doing a mistake for a long time doesn't mean that he's doing right. So that is something that has to be seriously addressed. And ICC has actually taken Muthiah Muralidharan's allegation, and they did actually do an analysis of that, and that was proven wrong, and he was again sent out to bat, and only then Arjuna Ranatunga has to actually boycott the match, because that was an allegation again brought in the ground.
Right.
And I would really appreciate what Arjuna Ranatunga has done. And Parthiv, I think you brought the statement as well. And for a quick minute, I would like to talk from inside the Thunderbolts team, because at the time, the reason why I stepped in and talked to the captain, and in between answering to KK's question, I did actually pitch in only between the overs, because I know there is certain things that I'm not supposed to stop the game. But between the overs, when the bowler and the fielding setup is done, I went to the umpire and I have to say, and the reason why I didn't tell the captain is he was batting. And I don't want to actually shift his focus. So, and as soon as he got out, after we actually brought the issue, and after that, it was only the captain who actually moved forward to talk about. And at the same time, for quite a bit of time, the umpire did actually stop the game, because they found it was not a legitimate bowling. So yeah, so I think I have to really appreciate the umpires, because they took an initiative. I don't think most of the umpires just do that. And yeah, so that's something that I would like to really bring into the discussion. Yeah,
Devnath, can you tell who the umpires were, and also who's the bowler in question?
Bowler was anyway, this is something that I'm putting in general because
no, I mean, this is public knowledge, right? I mean, obviously this happened.
I think it was
I'm sitting in India. I'm just curious who the bowler was.
I think it was Rahul who took Vinod's wicket, Vinod's and Prabhat's wicket. I think he was wearing a black T-shirt on the day.
Which team, by the way? Which team?
MI Rangers. That's I think that's where the discussion started, and I think that's where we start. We did speak about everything here. So
yeah. So I think
this is a new player, I'm assuming, right?
I don't know about it. Actually.
Okay. I mean, I haven't heard of this.
So,
okay.
Yeah. So I think only thing I would say is, once you did the right thing, you reported it. Yes, the umpire took a look at it. As we have talked about in the show, sometimes it's hard to kind of, for umpires to call it based on, as you mentioned, previous history, or, whether it's actually wrist action versus elbow action versus, there's biomechanics involved in determining whether he's actually chucking or not. But if it's obvious and the umpire has called it, I'm guessing that the umpires and the captain should report that player, so that the committee knows about this. I'm assuming that would be the right way to go about it. So that,
probably I can bring a slow motion. I have that in my screen really quick.
By the way, you didn't tell me who the umpires were, because that was a gutsy call by the umpire. umpires.
But they didn't actually let the bowler not to bowl. They actually brought up an issue. They're saying that there is a chucking happening and we would like to actually bring it to the discussion. But the bowler was still bowling. So
So you're saying
he
that the
was
bowler continued bowling, but they felt that
continued
he
to
was
bowl. But
Okay.
the umpires brought, because I don't think no umpires know this, that he can stop bowling, because usually the discussion is like you have to, I think the statement was this. They said like you have to drop an email to the committee. After
Okay.
we lose the game, why am I still gonna actually send out a mail? Meaning the captain is gonna send out a mail, and actually, that's something. It's after the disappointment, because we already lost 2 wickets already there. So anyway, I'm not actually trying to fight. This is something that's a common issue that it's actually happening among all the teams. So
there is a comment from Shankar Melathat, who used to
anyway, I'm not
play
gonna talk about it.
DCL for a long time. He's actually in Australia. He says bowlers, that too legends of DCL, have been chucking for years and years in DCL. Very sensitive topic where someone on the ground cannot take a call with the naked eye, which pretty much rhymes with what Parthiv was saying. Am I right, Parthiv? Or
yeah, that's exactly. It's hard to kind of just call it with the naked eye without analyzing the action in slow motion. Because even ICC does that. I don't think they call straight away. I mean, yes, the umpires call it, and then the person is reported to ICC for future. Whether that person can bowl in future games or not. So yeah, that's an open issue right now. I mean, I don't think there is any resolution which DCL committee has apart from basically trying
They've,
to minimize.
I want to make a statement here, right? So because if we go by actually stopping bowlers from bowling, then I would say 80% of the teams will end up with 4 bowlers. They won't even have the 5th bowler. Because there are so many people who bend the rule and bowl. But that's where, again, the committee is there, of course, and most of us are still playing. So it becomes a very continuous topic, right? Where it becomes very hard. You need to have a unique list of players.
Without the specific rules or without specific parameters, it's hard to kind of say one way or the other. Because if we start empowering committee and the umpires to start calling no balls, then you will see even legitimate bowlers or legitimate actions being called. So it can go the other way around as well. So it's hard to kind of define one way or the other without having particular set of parameters to guide us from.
And it will be a lot of layers, right? I think last time in this particular show only we discussed this in the past as well, where there are the bowler who bowls.
Then Vamsi asked me whether Ronak was chucking. I mean, I think
maybe around that topic.
And then I said last week that I mean, not in my opinion. I mean, if you are going to call Ronak chucking, then you have to call Parthiv chucking. You get my point?
Even I mentioned the same. But what I was saying, there will be a bowler who bowling one of those balls, right? Then how you will differentiate?
Yeah.
I can roll my arm, but in between I'm jerking, right? So I'm just trying.
There are many variations.
Even if we want to make a rule, I'm just saying, as a DCL, not as a committee, as a DCL, we are like 7-8 people are sitting here. Even if you want to make a rule, it will be very tough, to implement on the ground, because there will be n number of situations or scenarios which we have to consider.
You should do that.
Yeah, and we need to consider that, and it won't be a very easy job for the umpire. Umpires are already taking a lot of loads, and the quality of umpire is already questions. And giving this, again, it's my personal opinion that it will be a lot of problem with the umpires itself, where they have to judge this and then different parameters.
I think you have to go by what Satish Bellamakonda said. Respect the umpire's decision and go with that.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah. But umpire, as Devnath was mentioning, umpires are also, even though umpire were convinced, if I go with Devnath, because I wasn't on the ground, so from his voice, umpires were convinced, still they did not stop. So I think that kind of fairness,
because they don't know what to do.
They do not want to knock that controversy.
But I'm sure the other captain will again say the same thing. Like, why are you stopping the game, right? On what basis?
That's true.
So All right.
Yeah.
I think we
The
are up on
one
time.
thing
It's
I would like to
almost-
bring here, really quick, sorry. But yeah, I
Yeah.
think this is like, again, I think Gabar, Bellamakonda, Parthi was actually brought this thing. See, like we just play once in a year of this particular season. There's a lot of leather ball games happening around Michigan. You will not believe there are like too many games that's being
Yeah.
played, but that's not being more spoken out because the DCL is something that has been more spoken widely. You believe it or not, if I actually looked from last three stats, 2021, 2022, and 2023, there is always 30 to 35% of players increase in every year. So which means that this is some of a big league which everyone is being considering. And I would say, and it is always a talk of a town.
And I think a big part of that goes to the man in the red hat. I think he's been a big big crowd puller, and making the league bigger and louder and visible. So he's done
I have
a
something
fabulous job
special
when
to
he was
say
here.
about Viju after this topic. The reason is,
Yes.
let me finish this. So the reason is, like, since this DCL is being more outspoken, on the other side is like everyone is watching this, including the prime time or the game, because everything is going on a live. And at the same time, I think if we address these kind of issues and we increase the quality of the whole DCL itself, it's going to be really more encouraging. And it's going to be really making a big thing. And at the same time, you see, like this, like it's something more special, I would say, because the DCL is something getting more special often and often. So that's something I would like to bring into this discussion.
Absolutely.
Here. And saying about Vijubai, I think even before the prime time, I think I heard this, used to write blogs about the whole games that was actually happening. I think it was a few years back. Used to write blogs about all the game that happened on the weekend, and I think most of them read about it. I don't know. I kind of and someone who is more into about cricket, I think is someone who's going to do that. I would like to really appreciate Vijubai on that.
Yeah, I remember those times when we used to care less about the scorecard than what Vijay is going to say the next week.
I used to follow that blog too.
Yeah,
Right.
I mean, guys, thank you for the kind words. Maulik was there for a long time. He knows everything about it. But all we were trying to do was, when I was playing cricket, nobody ever talked anything about anybody else at the level of cricket which we play. But I always feel that we could make a difference, whether it is a Satish Bellamakonda or a Satish Gaba or a Parthiv Mehta. I remember seeing Parthiv Mehta at his best, and he was a phenomenal bowler. But I can tell you one thing, nobody else will talk about Parthiv Mehta, but if I can talk about Parthiv Mehta and bring him to this thing, I have now made a difference in his life. I still remember there are a few people who came and said, hey, you wrote about me. I still have that article with me, and I have taken snapshots and kept it and sent it to my family members and to my friends and things like that. In fact, this guy who is watching this show from Australia, Sankar Melatat, I only met him in DCL as an opponent captain. And from there, a friendship formed, and then he joined us. He was one of the co-founders of Glads. And then he moved to Australia. Even now, we are doing the show live, and he's watching the show live. Otherwise, he could not have commented. Parthiv, think about it. If he has to comment
What
on
time
this,
is it in Australia?
I have
That's
no
the
idea.
prime time. That's an office hours in Australia. I think
Yeah, but if
I think he would get fired if he's doing it.
trust me, Devnath, he's in a very senior position. So if anybody is getting fired, he's probably firing a few people under him. But the thing is, if he has to post a comment here live, as just like Devnath posted, then it is because he's watching the show live. Just imagine the number of lives which you're impacting. And all we are trying to do is highlight the players, whoever it is, and put them in the proper light. Speak well as much as possible, because I wouldn't have met Parthiv or Gaba or KK or Satya but for DCL, and I enjoyed the many associations which I have. I made some fabulous friends. But one of the things which we try to do on the show is try to look at the big picture, try to be as open as possible, praise people for what they are doing. And if somebody is not doing the right thing, also as a media guy, you have to be honest and say, hey, this is not right. But at the same time, appreciate them for what they are doing, because nobody else will talk about us. So why not we create a better environment for us? But thank you for all the stuff which you guys do. And good luck this weekend.
Thank you all for the opportunity to
Thanks, Devnath. And I think you brought up a good point. I think this is a forum to discuss things. Yes, it might not be official because we are not here as committee members. We are here as cricket analysts. So it might not be the official forum to bring out resolutions, but definitely a forum where we can bring and make it open media, so everybody has a right to say their mind and discuss these issues coming along in the league.
Sure.
So, all right. I know we are up on time, way beyond our time, but it was an interesting discussion. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you next week. Thanks, everyone. Good night.
Good night.
Thank you, guys. Good night.
Night.